Right, so, sorry about that, guys. Let's fucking try again. We're done for time. Game week 21. Hello, everybody. Good luck. Apologies for those who are fucked about with the... I don't know what happened there. Everything just seemed to froze and shut down. The easiest thing seemed to be just shut it down, start again. So that's what I decided to do, basically. So, to repeat, I don't know the team news. I am hiding the chat. I'm going to get straight back into it for the benefit of Mr. Start, because we always have to do this. I'd already opened my can once, but I'll do it again. Big shout out, FPL Tacticians, Simple Goal FPL, James Alapran, Ragtime Willie, Lordy Leroy, Motley Barnett, FPL Panda, Talon Nadine 90, FPL FOMO, CM Scout, FPL Rob Pick, and FF Scout Luke Disabled. Cheers, thank you for everything you're doing with the game, and thank you to the community for continuing to play and enjoy yourselves. Right, my team. Transfer rolled. Decided I would have more benefits attacking game week 22 and game week 23. Which I feel is very, very important for me, because I can't really plan for 23 and I'm trying to set myself up quite well for it. So I am 4-3-3. I only have one substitute, I know that already, because obviously Dabizas left out of the Newcastle team we knew, and I've still got Gus Poyet. But I decided to roll. Stolzers was the guy I would have gone for if I'd made a transfer, but decided to roll, give myself a little bit more time. I am Seaman in goal. Haridason, Hippier, Hart, Rufus, McPhail, Gerard, Biscan, Omri, Viduka, Captain Van Nistelrooy. Viduka is my vice. I have a feeling that Van Nistelrooy might not be playing. My only outfield playing substitute is Klaus Jensen of Charlton. Right, let's get into this team news that I don't know, and I'll obviously try and whiz through this as quick as possible, as internet gremlins have denied us time this evening. So, what have we got first? Villa and Charlton is what we want to start with alphabetically. Aston Villa are 4-4-2. Schmeichel, Stephen Carr, Melberg, Barry, Alan Wright. Midfield 4, Stone, Boateng, Merson, Dion Dublin, Balaban. Alan Wright and Carr can get forward from the fullback positions. Alpay is back for Villa, but only a substitute. It's Enkelman, Mark Delaney, Angel, Alpay, Cash Law on the Villa bench. And for Charlton, Richard Rufus does return. That's good. I've got a playing substitute at least. It's 4-4-2 for Charlton. It is Dean Kiley in goal. Young, Rufus, who I'm starting, obviously. Klaus Jensen does play. It's Kiley, Young, Rufus, Fish, Powell, Kinsella, Jensen, McAllister, Wilcox, Yorwan, Bartlett up front. On the bench for Charlton, Ben Roberts, Solarco, Stewart, Reed, Johansson, Wilcox and Kinsella playing the wide positions. They can attack from there. On to the Reebok, where Henrik Pedersen plays in the 10 position. There is no place for Kevin Nolan in that Bolton Wanderers lineup. They are, as usual, 3-4-1-2. Jaskalainen in goal. Back three of Ngotti, Hendry, Cooper. Madison and Southall are the wing backs. They can push right up front. Jibril Diawara plays in central midfield with Rob Lee. Henrik Pedersen in the 10 position can get up in support and attack with Rod Wallace and Michael Ricketts. It's Banks, Johnson, Hanson, Franson, Warhurst on the Bolton bench. They host Blackburn, as per usual, very defensive away from home. 4-5-1, 3 defensive midfield players. Matt Jansen is the forward that gets the nod. A lot of those Blackburn players who missed the win over Tottenham when they heavily rotated are back in that lineup. So that includes Curtis, Wetherill, Berg, Tugay, Lasso, Duff, Hignett, McAteer, Flickroff, Jansen. That's the whole fucking team, innit? They're all back in. It's Kelly in goal. Back four, Curtis, Wetherill, Berg, Lasso. Three holding midfielders, McAteer, Flickroff, Tugay. Flickroff is the one who can step out, not Tugay. Damien Duff on the left. Craig Hignett can attack from the right. Matt Jansen up front. Corrado Grabby and Marcus Bent are both substitutes for Blackburn, along with Martin Taylor, Marlon Brooms and subkeeper Brad Friedel. Off to Goodison Park. Everton, as usual, are 3-5-2 at home. It's Simonson in goal. Back three of Weir. Abu Xavier back in that team, and Alan Stubbs. Xavier can step out from the back three as he normally can when they play that system. Naismith, who obviously provided the assist for Kevin Campbell's winner at Chelsea, plays left wing back. Steve Watson right wing back. There was a start for Leon Osman in central midfield. I believe he played in that 2-0 win against Middlesbrough a couple of weeks ago. There's also a place for Thomas Gravenson and Mark Pembridge. And up front, split forwards are Thomas Rudzinski and Joe Max Moore. The Everton substitutes are Paul Gerrard, David Unsworth, Eden Towell, Peter Clark and Kevin Campbell. Obviously came on and got the winner at Stamford Bridge in the week. On to Arsenal. Interestingly, Lauren plays right of midfield. There is no Jeffers or Bergkamp up front for Arsenal. It's Kanu who's got the nod. They are back four in front of David Seaman, of Lusney, Tony Adams, that prick who normally plays with him, Ashley Cole. Midfield four of Lauren, Parler, Albertini, Tikhonov, Henry and Kanu play up front. Jeffers and Bergkamp are both substitutes for Arsenal, along with Freddie Lundberg, Martin Keown and Richard Wright. On to Fulham and Craven Cottage, where they host Liverpool. Steve Malbrunck not fit enough to be in that Fulham side, and obviously they continue with mass defensive problems. Looks like a very similar back four, if it might be exactly the same as played at Leeds in the week. So it's Van der Sar in goal. Back four is Corrigan, Knight, Melville, Brevitt. Those two fullbacks, Corrigan and Brevitt, can push on. Midfield four, right to left, no attacking arrows, is Legwinski, Clark, Collins, Stolzers. Boamorte plays up front again with Marley, which means Luis Sahar is only a substitute. Plays on the bench with... is on the bench with Kevin Betsy. Steve Malbrunck is a sub. Ricardo Carmo and sub-keeper Steve Crowdson. On to the Liverpool team. Steven Gerrard is back in the Liverpool lineup. Igor Biscan is not in the Liverpool team. Nor too is Robbie Fowler. Sammy Hippier is also back for Liverpool. They are Dudek in goal. Back four is Carragher at right back. Vegard Hegem is a substitute. Centre backs are Hippier and Risa. Gregory Vignal plays left back. The midfield four, right to left, is Nick Barmby, Steven Gerrard, Danny Murphy, Patrick Berger, and Emil Heskey partners Yari Littmanen up front. Robbie Fowler is a substitute with Vegard Hegem along with Stephen Wright. Biscan is a sub as well. Chris Kirkland is a sub-keeper. So Biscan, Fowler, Hegem, they may all have a bit of ownership. They're all on the bench for Liverpool. I don't think I've ever fucking had a player left out before who was actually a substitute. Right, on to Old Trafford. Van Nistelrooy plays, so does Veron, so does Scholes. It's Veron and Scholes central midfield. No Roy Keane when his suspension doesn't come in until game week 23. Scholes and Veron both tasked with both attacking into that attacking midfield position. I mean, in the modern game, they'd get fucking brutalised here on the counter-attack, no matter how good they are. There is no Laurent Blanc in the Manchester United lineup, interestingly, and Andy Cole does start up front in place of Dwight York. There is a start for Luke Chadwick. Phil Neville drops from right midfield to right back. United are Bartes in goal, Phil Neville right back, Gary Neville and Ronnie Johnson centrally, Dennis Irwin left back. Midfield four right to left is Chadwick, Veron, Scholes and Ryan Giggs is back. So it's Veron and Scholes can both attack from central midfield. Van Nistelrooy and Cole up front. On the bench for United, sub-keeper Ricardo Lille, Dwight York, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Wes Brown and Nicky Butt. They host Derby County today, who play this formation. We've seen them play a few times. 5-2-1-2 with arrows fucking everywhere. So it's Mark Poom in goal. Richard Jackson plays at right back again. He can attack. Seth Johnson plays left back. He can attack, get up and towards the midfield possessions when they're in their possession. Carbonari and Elliott are the wide centre halves. They're encouraged to go into the full-back areas in possession. Jolien Lescott is central at that. Daryl Powell has to come back in defensively from a central midfield position. Simo Valakri can push on into the attacking midfield from that position, where Craig Burley starts in the 10 position, but he has to drop into central midfield. Up front is Malcolm Christie and Lee Morris. On the bench for Derby, Andy Oakes, Paul Boertin, Georgie Kinclazi, Branko Strupar and Danny Higginbottom. Off to the Riverside, motherfudgers. Johnston is back on the right of midfield, will please many. Dean Gordon plays left midfield. There is the start for Emerson Boyce at right back, but this looks as strong as for Middlesbrough, really. It's Crossley in goal. Back four of Boyce, Southgate, Egiog, Festa. Johnston, Ince, Greening, Gordon in midfield. Rickard, Boxic up front. The two fullbacks, Festa and Boyce, are your men with attacking arrows. On the bench for Borough, Schwarzer, Windass, Whelan, Joseph Desiree Job and Nemeth. Plenty of attacking talents on that Middlesbrough bench. Nothing particularly defensively, although obviously Dean Gordon could drop into left back, for example, and Festa into a centre back position. So they kind of had the cover within the team, basically. West Ham have Joe Cole back in the team. Di Canio and Canute play together up front. Shaka Hislop stays in goal. It's Hislop, Potts, Repka, Song, Minto, Sinclair, Carrick, Cole, Courtois, Canute, Di Canio in their usual 4-4-2. Courtois and Sinclair, as usual, can attack from wide positions. It's David James, Genus, Fox, Irekpen and Jermaine Defoe on the bench for West Ham. Off to St James's Park, 18th versus 17th, unbelievably, between Newcastle and Chelsea. Shearer and Court stay together up front. We obviously knew the team yesterday. Nikos Dabizas is not amongst the Newcastle substitutes. Craig Bellamy is. So their bench, to clarify, is Jimmy Walker, Bellamy, Elliott, Quinn and Shula Amiyubi. We knew the team. It's Shay Given, Warren Barton, Marcelino. A debut for Steve Charlton, Olivia Bernard, Kieran Dyer, Christian Besadas, Sapuntis, Gary Speed, Cole Court and Alan Shearer. Bernard and Barton can attack from the full-back positions. Chelsea are 4-4-2. Mario Melchiot plays centre-back with John Terry. There is no Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank in the Chelsea 16, but I suspect that owners that did have him for the two home games that just went and got blanked were probably bombing him straight out in any case. Chelsea are Cudicini in goal, Albert Ferrer at right back. That means Melchiot at centre half with John Terry. William Gallas is a substitute. Babiara at left back. Benito Carboni plays right midfield. Budavine Zenden left midfield. Petit Lampard centrally. Zola and Johnson up front. On the bench with Gallas, Gronkiar, Fussell, Stanic, sub-keeper Mark Goodlad. Southampton hosts Sunderland. Southampton, who cannot stop shipping goals at the moment. There is a change in goal, I noticed, for Southampton. Neil Moss is in goal. Anders Svensson is only a substitute for Southampton. They are Moss in goal, Delap right back, Wayne Bridge left back, Tahar and Lundikvarm the centre half pairing, which is probably stronger than it has been recently. Oakley and Murray central midfield, Joe Tessam and Gavin Reid, the wide players, can bomb right on and support a front two of Marion Pahars and James Beattie. Paul Jones is a substitute along with obviously Svensson, Andrew Kikeres, Scott McDonald, Matt Letizier. Sunderland have Arca left midfield, Gray left back this week. Emerson Tome is back in at centre half. Phillips and Sibon maintain their places up front. It's Sullivan in goal, Mills, McCartney. I love that pairing. Emerson Tome, Gray in the back four. Bart Williams, McCann, Schwartz, Arca. Bart Williams and Arca have attacking arrows. Sibon and Phillips on the bench. Sorensen, Reddy, Medina, Leslandes, Paul Mayo. And finally to White Hart Lane, where Stefan Salakovic plays centre forward starting position. Not attacking midfield with attacking arrow. He plays centre forward alongside Sergei Rebrov. Spurs have Shawan Jalal in goal, but it may as well be me or you. Back three, the great Ledley King, Chris Perry, Goran Bunjevcevic. Viduka like to be paired up against Bunjevcevic in that battle, if Viduka's playing, of course. Anderton and Ziga, the wing backs. Richard Johnson and Simon Davis, centre midfield. Teddy Sheringham plays in the 10 position with attacking arrow in support of Rebrov and Salakovic. That's big news, isn't it? Sub-keeper for Spurs is Gavin Kelly. They also have Ben Thatcher, Tim Sherwood, Stefan Everson and Oyvind Leonardson on the bench. And their opponents, Leeds United, have Viduka playing with Robbie Keane, Kuehl back, Ian Hart back, McPhail plays, Eric Backer plays. Strong team for Leeds. It's Martin in goal, back four of Kelly, Woodgate, Ferdinand, Hart. Midfield four of Backer, DeCourt, McPhail, Kuehl. Backer and Kuehl can both attack from wide positions. Robbie Keane in the attacking midfield position can support Mark Viduka. Paul Robinson, Lucas Radaby, Alan Smith, Harpal Singh and Michael Bridges are the lead substitutes. And those are your teams. And that is how to do fucking team news in 10 minutes. Good luck, everybody. And breathe. We have kicked off. Good luck. So it appears I've got 11, which makes me feel really happy to have rolled, actually. So I've got, as it would stand, Biscan is a substitute. Should he not come on, I get Klaus Jensen. That's how it looks to me. I think all my others started, actually, which I wasn't expecting. I really wasn't expecting. However, it does make me think that rotation is just going to be bad again in game week 22. Oh, dear. Cheers, everybody. Apologies for the earlier catastrophe with the stream. I have no idea what happened. While we're waiting for the first goal to go in, which I should imagine will knock about in just about any minute, I have some numbers from FPL Captain. Some of you may have noticed they are already appearing on the screen. I just had a message from the Scout as well, actually, just to say that the Scout leak for game week 22 will be released tomorrow. Bearing in mind, remember very importantly, that game week 22 is not Wednesday night. It is Tuesday night. So my stream will be Tuesday night this week. That's to give everybody clear heads for game week 23. Before I give you ownership numbers, big goal in the battle at the bottom of the table between Newcastle and Chelsea. And Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, I guess, was left out for a reason. Ida Johnson has given Chelsea the lead. There is an assist for Gianfranco Zola. Front two combined, Chelsea ahead at St James's Park. Johnson the scorer, Gianfranco Zola with the assist. A huge goal at the bottom of the table. And nobody thought we'd be saying that. Right, so on to FPL Captain. Captaincy numbers. And I believe these are overall. They're not split into top 300 or anything like that. Bloody hell, that's huge for Van Nistelrooy. I expected to see a bit more of a split with Viduka. Van Nistelrooy is captained by 77%. Viduka 7.5%. Veron just over 5%. Thierry Henry is captained by 3.5%. And then Shearer just under 1%. And then there are little bits for 7 people with captain Robbie Keane and Robbie Fowler, 5 Pedersen, 4 people with captain Redbrough and Harry Kewell, 3 Kevin Phillips and Basadas, 2 people with captain Joe Cole, Ian Hart, Hamilton Rickard, Dwight York, Alan Boxic, and there's 1 captain each for Teddy Sheringham, Stefan Selakovic, Steve Marley, Paolo Di Canio, James Scowcroft, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, and Juan Pablo Angel. I didn't do the Ipswich team, did I? Just fucking cottoned on. Just fucking cottoned on. That I've missed it out. I swear when I missed one before it was Ipswich. Maybe I just don't care about them. The important guys play. Serrani in goal. Back 3 of Bramble. Gardso Haridason. Gardso steps out. Clapham and Tarico wing backs. Kumas is back in the team with Holland and Miller midfield. Alan Armstrong, Finidi, George players split forwards. Magilton, Marshall, Rasa, McGrew and Pablo on the bench. The Leicester team does have James Scowcroft and Dean Sturridge back in it. Ali Akinbaye left out. Very unfortunate. Matt Elliott is back as well. It's Walker in goal. Back 4 Sinclair, Elliott, Taggart, Delaney. Robbie Savage can bomb on the right of midfield. Wise and Izzet central midfield. And Joby McAnuff left. McAnuff and Izzet both encouraged to go into central attacking midfield positions from where Scowcroft goes on support Sturridge. Flowers, Heath, Jones, Rowett, Benjamin on the bench. Apologies for missing that one, guys. Update from St Mary's. We didn't have to wait long for the first substitution. Sunderland goalkeeper Neil Sullivan signals that he has an injury and limps off. Did he enjoy New Year's Eve too much? Question. Thomas Sorensen, much hated amongst the Sunderland squad, apparently is on. Happy New Year, by the way, everybody. Update from Villa Park as well. So close to the opener at Villa Park. Richard Rufus makes a great challenge to deny Dion Dublin, but the ball breaks to Balaban. He has to score, but Dean Kiley stands tall and makes a big save to deny him. On the Johnson goal at St James's Park, not the start Newcastle were looking for. A magical run from Zola, who follows it with a perfect pass to Johnson. He makes no mistake, slamming the ball into the top corner. Yes. Banging. God, that fuck up put me well out of sync. I can't believe I got 11 players. Mind you, Biscan will probably come on for a 1 point at 90th minute, won't he? That's how it tends to roll for me. Right, let's get amongst the chat, I guess. Let's say hello to people. FPL Hitman says, on a scale 1 to 10, how bad is this game week going to be? He was aiming at Andy Martin, FPL tactician. But I'd say bad. Woodwork has been hit at Portman Road. Ipswich are having a fine season and almost continue it here. Maurizio Tirico does really well down the right hand side, and his pass finds talisman Matt Holland. His volley is true but clips the bar with Ian Walker beaten. Yeah, Scarlett's saying 7.5% Viduka captaincy is really surprising. I thought more people would take the gamble, but I think a lot of people have thought of it a little bit like me and just gone, how can I bank back against Van Nistelrooy at home to Derby, right? It just doesn't really make sense. Doesn't really make sense. I am strongly considering, I'll say this now, I'm strongly considering selling Van Nistelrooy for the Ipswich game in midweek. A, I think there's a small possibility he won't play. B, I think, well, they're obviously ripe for rotation. I think Ipswich will go in extremely defensive. I don't think it's going to be open like Derby have gone there with a back three, for example. And obviously they've got Liverpool in the what hopefully will be a double game week. So it very much depends what the news is on those FA Cup third round replays, which obviously you can get on the guys' Championship Manager stream tomorrow evening, 9:30 PM. Having said that, Andy, Dave, I reckon you should bring it forward to tonight. Just saying. I really didn't expect to have 11 starters from them lineups today, which is why I went to 4 Stolzers. I'm really pleased that I haven't now. FPL Hitman says Jalal Smokescreen. Yeah, he's gonna have a fucking worldie, isn't he? Not. Fucking hangover this morning was brutal, by the way. If you're asking me where I was New Year's Eve 2001, I don't know. I don't know, but I was definitely out getting hammered somewhere. I've got a feeling I was in a pub in Wood Green in North London, but I really don't know. Goal at White Hart Lane. Leeds have had a shot on target, presumably. Mark Viduka. Mark Viduka. And the assister goes to Keano. There's only one Keano. Viduka goal, Robbie Keane assist, front two combined, Leeds ahead at White Hart Lane. Brian Hill said, I thought tons of people would captain Viduka, so seen no point. I have to say, if I'd known it was going to be that low, I would have been more tempted to make a change. I thought it was going to be Van Nistelrooy sort of 50%ish, Viduka 25%ish was my instinct. And interestingly, obviously the first 2 goals of the day, both scored by away teams. Lots happy with the Viduka goal. Near Shakhtar, clean sheet wipeout. He's happy with Spurs' wipeout. Near Shakhtar, Neil Murray, Anurag, Bradley Parker, Billy Hadaway, Jose Vargas, Niz, Godfrey, Avid Travo, Makoko FPL says, let's go. Anurag as captain Viduka. New year, same Viduka, say the official account. Robbie Keane finds a neat angled pass in the area. Viduka has pulled away from the centre-backs and fires a fierce drop straight through debutant Jalal. Great start for Leeds. The flip of what I'm saying is the fact that so many have captained Van Nistelrooy kind of makes you think, oh yeah, I'm kind of glad I've gone that way as well. So Storm Legacy's captain Robbie Keane, he's pleased with that. FPL Hitman says the best New Year's are often the ones you don't remember. I haven't got a clue. I might have been at a house party even. I really don't know. I would have been just turned 18, so yeah, it would have been fucked up. Whatever I was doing. Andrew Martin says too many spelling Viduka with a J. Goal at St Mary's. It was Kevin Phillips, obviously, who did me over quite badly in game week 20. He hasn't yet this one. His strike partner, Gerald Sibon, has, however, given Sunderland the lead at St Mary's. Assist goes to Stefan Schwartz. Sibon the scorer, Schwartz with the assist. That's now 3 goals so far in game week 21, all 3 scored by away teams. Imagine. Eric Nezonstad, Lampard, what was I thinking? And Sturridge out. Chadwick and Pedersen in. Really like my team. Viduka scored already. Ruud van Nistelrooy captain, yeah. That sounds like sensible moves. I'd be interested in how long you had Lampard in, Eric. Or was it kind of a 1 week punt if you've joined for the second half of the season? Goal at St James's Park. Clean sheet wipeout for Chelsea. And many have backed the differential of Christian Besadas recently. He is on the score sheet here. Assist goes to Newcastle's right back Warren Barton, who doesn't perform too badly when he plays. Besadas with a goal, Warren Barton with the assist. Newcastle were not behind against Chelsea for long in that big battle between 18th and 17th in the Premier League today. Pep Talk says, how much is Sibon off the top of your head? Well, considering Billy Hadaway said 6.5 underneath, I'll go with that. Mind you, Com said 5.5. I think he's 6.5. I think. I'll get that clarified. Gerald Sibon. Paul Aslandis, right? He was doing quite well, weren't he? Transfers. Let's have a look there. Sunderland. Oh, it helps if I come out of desktop mode, doesn't it? On the Sibon goal, well, I'm having a look for that. Southampton just can't defend, can they? Schwartz finds it far too easy to collect a loose ball inside the area. Look up, square for the on-rushing Sibon, who lifts the ball into the roof of the net. The Saints fans don't look happy. Who's the fucking manager of Southampton? He's got to be in trouble, hasn't he? Surely. He must be in danger. Points. Oh, you can't get it on the website at the moment. I'm going to trust Aritrava says Sibon 6.5 as well. Although Max is pretty sure he's 6. No one owns him anyway, do they? Salah says 6 million. So nobody knows what price Gerald Sibon is. Adam Duddy's saying 6 as well. I'm beginning to think it might be 6 as well, actually. Fitting back to when he signed. 6 rings about right. Aritrava's retracted the 6.5 message, so 6 sounds about right. James Mahoney's saying that as well. Heavy Finger 7 saying, finally Besadas, you useless punt for the last 2 game weeks. That could have got tricky for me there. On the Besadas goal, the Besadas bus is rolling. He owes a lot of it to Warren Barton though, who makes his way to the byline and cleverly cuts the ball back. The unmarked Besadas slotted the ball low beyond the rooted Carlo Cudicini. Storm Legacy, Jalal will come through with a Paul Robinson goal just to piss Hart owners off. Listen, the only way Ian Hart's getting a return today is if he scores or assists. He ain't keeping a fucking clean sheet. I'd say that game's there's gonna be like at least 5 goals in that Spurs game, I'm betting. Or at least 4, let's say. There's gonna be goals. And Spurs have still got attacking players, right? So every chance they'll score. Block FPL said, Riverside Mofos, easy clean sheet today. I don't know. West Ham seem to get a lot of 1s. Seem to lose 2-1 a lot. Gary Robinson saying we get confirmation of doubles tomorrow night. Same to Andy, but I'll answer it. Yes, the guys on their stream tomorrow night will have the FA Cup 3rd round results, so we will know if those game week 23 doubles are on or off. And obviously remember Leeds and Blackburn will double in game week 24. I wonder if some of them are off in 23, if we might get them pushed back into 24. Update from Goodison. Bright start from Arsenal. Thierry Henry, Kanu and Tikhonov have all been denied by Simonson in the opening 10 minutes. But we need to go off to the lane where there's been a second goal. Come on you Spurs. Come on you Spurs. And Shawan Jalal has scored from 90 yards. Jalal takes a long goal kick and it misses everybody and bounces over the hapless Nigel Martin. Viduka scored again. He's smashing it, mate. Viduka has put Leeds 2-0 up. Eric Bakker has the assist. Viduka has 15 minutes gone at White Hart Lane. My goodness, well done the 7% captainers. Wow. Bloody hell. Let's just wait for the chat to go mental again. I mean, thank God I've at least got him. I wonder if there's anyone who sold him last week that didn't get him back before Fulham worried about those fitness issues. My goodness. Yeah, I just feel like he's so highly owned, isn't he? I see Captain's got top transfers in and out up there as well. I'm not sure. He might have sent them to me. In fact, I think he did, and I just fucking ignored the bastard. Sorry, Chris. Don't forget to give my boy FPL Captain up here a follow. Starman on the graphics. On the Viduka second goal. Wow, Viduka swings the ball out wide to Bakker and continues his run. Bakker finds him and the header from the big Aussie almost rips the net off. Before we can react to that, though, the ball is in the net again. It's all going off at White Hart Lane. Listen, we might be shit, but we're fucking entertaining, right? Oh my goodness, so we're expecting another update from White Hart Lane any moment. Bloody hell. Yeah, Captain did send me more stats. Sorry, I just fucking ignored him. Sorry, Chris, you're a superstar. I think I'm going to wait for this news from White Hart Lane first, though, before I go through them. Chris Hermitage says, will Viduka beat his return versus Alton? He's got a hat-trick already. I mean, it's every fucking chance, mate. Heavy Finger 7 says, my God, I almost bought Shearer and not Viduka today. I would have logged off by now. It's a goal for Spurs. I told you, Leeds will not keep a clean sheet today. Goal scorer is Richard Johnson. There is no assister on that goal. Richard Johnson has scored for Spurs. It's going to be mental, mate. Right. FPL Captain said, obviously, excuse me, the numbers at the moment are all overalls. The guys don't have the top 300 breakdowns at the moment. They are hoping to bring that to us on Tuesday for game week 22. So current overall ownership, Van Nistelrooy 91%, Johnson 73%, Viduka 64%. So yes, 36% don't own Mark Viduka. And bearing in mind the kind of low captaincy number that he's got, if you've got him, the two returns are still very good, I would suggest. Stephen McPhail now 60% owned, Ian Hart 54%, Hariderson and Blanc 52%. Obviously Blanc missed out for United today. Gianluca Festa just under 50%, Selakovic 45%, Seaman 38%, Veron and Stolz's just above 30%. And then in between 25 and 29%, Dean Kiley, Lewis Bowen-Morte, Igor Biscan, who's a substitute for Liverpool today, Peter Schmeichel and Dean Gordon. Before I move on the Johnston goal, you sensed Spurs needed a quick response and they got one. Ziga swings in across from deep and Selakovic meets it with a header. Martin parries, but only into the path of Johnson, who can't miss. Game on. This game was always going to be on. Most transferred in. Now, we've seen some weeks where we've had some players getting in like 400, 500 net transfers in. Mark Viduka is the most bought player this game week. Net of 60. Alan Shearer 53 net. And then, I mean, the others are odds and sods. McPhail, Van Nistelrooy, Blanc all bought in by just more than 30. Stolzers and Henderson, listen to me playing modern day FPL. Hariderson, the only others bought by more than 15. George Boateng has given Aston Villa the lead at Villa Park. Assist goes to Lee Hendry. Villa lead Charlton by a goal to nil. So far, the only home team to be ahead are Aston Villa. Boateng goal, Hendry assist. So just round up these. I mean, all the rest of these bought in by net of between 6 and 15 people. Bowen-Morte, 15 bought Makoko. Listen! Pedersen, Seaman, Court, Gerrard, Phillips, Ashley Cole, Irwin, Festa, Johnson, Dublin, Berger, Gary Neville, Juan Sebastian Veron gained 6 owners net this week. Most transferred out. Most James Scrowcroft lost 38. Sturridge, Staunton, Hasselbank, all 30 or more. Beckham 27. That's a lot of money. Been hanging around in squads for a while as he's been out for a few weeks. Robbie Keane, Omri, Redbroth, Melchior all around about the 20 mark. Sold by between 10 and 20 net. Salakovic, Keller, Poyet, Hegem, Bellamy, Sheringham, Hippier, and between 8 and 9 Heskey, Fowler, Janssen, Terry, Gronkier. On the Boateng goal, Dutchman Boateng is in goal scoring form. He collects the ball from Hendry's path and drives on, firing a right-footed shot beyond the reach of Kylie. No time to breathe here. We are going to Old Trafford. On chips, while we wait for that news from Old Trafford, 11 have played bench boost this week. 8 have played their wild card. 5 have played their triple captain chip. 3 of them on Van Nistelrooy. 2 people have triple captained Mark Viduka. And captain adds on to say that Tala Nadim is the man to thank for the stats. So big shout out there to Tala. Very well done. Goal scorer for Manchester United is the beautiful Luke Chadwick. And the assist goes to Ronnie Johnson. Chadwick goal, Johnson assist. And if I'd known he was playing against Charlton, I would have bought him. I honestly generally was going to take a -12. How bad could my week have been if I'd not had that tip from the scout, Rob Pick. But then I kind of wish he was sitting in my team now. Chadwick goal, Ronnie Johnson assist. Manchester United lead Derby by a 1-0 as we go towards the 22-minute mark. FPL captain saying transfer numbers suggest a lot of rollers. Question. I think so, potentially, yes. I think it was a good week to roll. I wanted to get Stolzers because I was so fearful of not having 11, but I didn't really want him. 3 nice home fixtures in a row for Fulham. Liverpool, Newcastle and Tottenham. Obviously playing the blank. Yes, it's a single fixture and a double, but home to Tottenham. I mean, fucking hell at the moment. So that was where I would have gone. Simon Davis was actually the other player I would have considered. And the reason for wanting to go down is thinking that I want to get off one of the 4.5s to get to Ashley Cole. I'll probably sell Horizon, by the way, I'm not joking. Not necessarily for Manchester United, but perhaps for the double game week. Depends where it falls tomorrow night with those FA Cup replays and that. So, quite a few happy with the Chadwick goal. Clean sheet wipeout saying meaningless. I don't think so. John UK has him. Dick Wellington. Gary Robinson, remind everyone, Premier League winner Luke Chadwick. Near Shakhtar saying great United goal. Dick Wellington, my boy. A few saying useless, but I'm not convinced actually. And on the goal, United take the lead. Giggs' corner is not dealt by Carbonari. Johnson recycles the ball and Chadwick was left free to turn the ball home. The leaders are up and running. Patrick Berger cannot stop scoring for Liverpool. He hasn't scored here, but he has assisted a goal for Jari Litmanen, and Liverpool lead at Craven Cottage. Litmanen the scorer, Patrick Berger with the assist. Fulham 0, Liverpool 1. Away sides performing not too badly so far today. Rob Pick, I did see your DM, and as Neil Murray's told you, I did mention it. Cheers, slancher. Rob, ain't you meant to be on the tweets anyway? You on the tweets? Shout out Rob Pick on the tweets this week. Doing a good job, mate, so far. Not seen anything that's made me want to tell you to fuck off or anything. So well done so far. Remember, you're in a professional account. Please act professionally. Gary Mantle says, didn't roll because the Dabizas news took him out for Blanc. But it was the Dabizas news that made me think to want to do it. Goal at Portman Road. Ipswich's clean sheet is still intact. Matt Holland, you might have heard, he's their talisman. He's scored. And not for the first time in the last 7 days. The goal is assisted by Jamie Clapham. Matt Holland goal, Jamie Clapham assist. Ipswich lead Leicester by a 1-0. A goal that currently puts them 5th in the Premier League table. Remember, that is where they finished the 2000-2001 season, in 5th position. Luke Disables in the chat says, Berger just won't go away. Yeah, and I've already got 3 other Liverpool players for some stupid fucking reason, Luke. And I know the second I go, I'm going to go Gerrard to Berger, like, Gerrard will score and Berger won't play, and you feel like you're stuck. Oh dear. Scaller's happy with the burger choice, part of his wild card. Congrats. John Jacobson, what's Burger's injury proneness rating? Fairly high, but I'm sure Luke will say if he's still hanging about in the chat. On the Holland goal, really nice run down the left side from Clapham, evading a couple of challenges before whipping in the cross for Holland. Yet again, the Ipswich midfielder gets his head to the ball and nods in his 5th league goal of the season. I feel like Holland's returns have been quite spread. And he's also, is he 7.5 Holland? It's the reason we've never looked. It's obviously been so much focus on them defensively. And I think as well, what have they got? 6 home games left. I think Ipswich following this one might be 7. But there's not many home games left. So I think you probably overlook it now. But they do have an easy fixture in blank game week 22 away to Manchester United. Luke Porter says the amount of times on the stream you mentioned Holland for goal involvement is mad. He's always involved, yeah. Just doesn't quite feel right. Jonathan Nagy, Holland and Viduka in for a -4. Justified. Felt so justified about it that he sent it in twice. Well done, John. Luke obviously reminding us that Jamie Clapham obviously has assisted Matt Holland twice in the last 7 days. And he's also the Ipswich Town penalty taker. Peptal, wish Ipswich should go up the other wing with Tarico rather than Clapham. Niz Godfrey said Dutch players on Holland are good in this sim, not Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank though. I think you're Dutch, aren't ya? Considering you were saying pronounce it in a Dutch accent the other day, I think you're Dutch. I think you got some bias, mate. You know what I was watching the other night? Slapping at Euro 96, mate. Yeah, happened to be flicking around extended highlights so that was on. Fuck, England were good that night. Heavy Finger 7 Berger, a smashing player in real life. Probably only Nedved better from Czech players in that generation. My God, wasn't Nedved a good player? Around about sort of 02 and that. Oh, so good. That 2004 Czech team should have won the Euros. Should have won it. Should have won it. Woodwork's been hit at St Mary's, close to a second for Sunderland at St Mary's as Julio Arca collects a long ball from Michael Gray. He kills a sumptuous shot, but the ball hits the bar and bounces away, so unlucky to a second for Sunderland. Graham S. Liverpool, difficult to judge with their fixtures. Arsenal and United, the next 2, don't have any at the moment, and they rotate so much. Very true. But also remember, they're very high profile fixtures, so they'll probably pick what they consider their strongest team against Arsenal and Man United. They're both at home, so they'll go strong. Like Hencho's going to be... give me no fucking about like Hippie are not playing in these fixtures and stuff like that. And obviously, if they do have to double, the second game is against Tottenham. So, it's actually quite a good-looking double, I think, despite Manchester United being the first part of it, and unsurprisingly, they are 2 up against Derby County. You can probably guess from my mannerisms that it's not Van Nistelrooy and it's not Veron either. But those who got the Scout League and decided to take the plunge on Philip Neville in midweek, you have been very much rewarded. He has scored Manchester United second, and Ryan Giggs is back in the team with an assist. 2 for United against Derby. Philip Neville, the goal scorer. Ryan Giggs with the assist. Neil Murray saying my favourite England performance. What do we think was better, the Holland or the Germany? They were both stunning, man. They were both stunning. But the Germany was jaw-dropping. Jaw-dropping. He's saying, 4-1 Clivett goal. Yeah, that Clivett... England took the piss so much that night, even let Holland score, so not Scotland. FPL Hitman saying Edgar David's legend, wasn't he? But he walked out on Euro 90. He had a bust-up with many of the players, didn't they? They were very much split into black-white camps, weren't they? Block FPL. I'm just glad Mal Bronk was benched so he can maybe stop being hurt for a minute. Yeah, but he might come on, mate. On the Phil Neville goal. Superb football from United. Giggs and Irwin link up beautifully on the left side, and Giggs' cross reaches the far post where Neville is on hand to touch the ball home, the unlikeliest of goal scorers. These little bad boys are very nice. 5%er. About the right sort of beer money stuff. Big goal at St James's Park. Gianfranco Zola has restored Chelsea's lead. Now a goal and assist for Zola. And I've seen plenty of people, a few people in chat starting going, I should probably get rid of Zola now, shouldn't I? Goal and assist for the little Italian. And another little Italian has the assist. That's Benito Carbone. Zola goal, Carbone assist. Chelsea 2-1 up at Newcastle. FPL Cobbler saying beating Germany in their backyard edges it for me. It's just a stunner. Storm Legacy says, James, what's your take on that Beckham performance against Greece? One of the greatest individual performances by an England player in a game ever. No exaggeration. It was basically the only England player who turned up that day. Even like Gerrard and Scholes, they had fucking mares for England. Go back and find the game. Beckham was everywhere. He just decided he was going to play right midfield, left midfield, everywhere. And one team that doesn't seem to be everywhere in away games is Blackburn Rovers. Always very, very defensive, aren't they? But they're ahead. And if you gambled on Matt Jansen in the week and he stuck around for you, you've got another return. Jansen is the goal scorer at the Reebok. Craig Hignett back in the team on the right midfield has assisted him. Jansen goal, Hignett assist. Blackburn lead at Bolton. Excuse me. 10 clean sheets remain. 5 in home for home teams, 5 for away teams. James Mahoney says the Germany match in 2010 World Cup was my favourite England moment. I don't understand the bitterness. I don't get it. I want Scotland to do well. I want Ireland to do well. I want Wales and Northern Ireland to do well. Genuinely, I really mean it as well. I really want them to do well. I don't get the bitterness about it. Yes! Fucking Steven Gerrard, you prick. Liverpool lead 2-0 at Fulham. Gerrard goal, assist for Emil Heskey. Steven Gerrard the scorer, assist for Emil Heskey. Liverpool 2 up at Fulham. Fuck, I feel like that's one I've really needed. I mean, my favourite Ireland moment. Should we do it? Are you Irish or Scottish, James? I'm going to talk about Ireland anyway. Sorry if I'm wrong. What do we think? Ray Houghton against Italy, 94. McAteer against Holland. That was the same day that England beat Germany 5-1. Ireland beat Holland. I was actually in Boreham Wood that night we beat Germany. Me and a mate of mine. It was meant to be girls everywhere. And we ended up going to this pub. We was only 17 at the time. Got in, got a great spot. It was a weird place. Big pub in Boreham Wood. About 10 minutes before kick-off. I swear to you, this place was like a graveyard. So, this ain't right. Fucking hell, mate. By kick-off, you couldn't move in this place. Like, everybody just appeared. Mental night. Never made it to the party. Definitely loads of vomit still in Boreham Wood. Never made it to the party. Fuck that. Who wanted to see girls after that night? Just wanted to drink and party and be so happy that England had won a game like that. On the Jansen goal, it's been a quiet game, but some real quality shown here. Former Rob Pick, you're a dick, mate. Former Barnsley man Hignett drifts down the right flank and finds the perfect cross for Jansen. He times this jump to beat Ngotti and glanced the ball into the far corner. Clinical. Yeah, every time a former Barnsley player does something, you can probably expect to know about it. And on the Zola goal, the Italian job, this goal is all about Zola. He collects Carbone's cross, shimmied beyond the mesmerised Marcelino before slotting the ball through Given's legs. Magical. Drawn as Gerrard first sub. Grabby better not come on and fuck that up. It doesn't tend to. Grabby in away games doesn't tend to. I think you'd probably be alright there. Sorry to tempt that fate, but that would be my instinct that yeah, you'd probably be alright. FPL Irons, of course, yeah, Robbie Brady's winner against Italy in 2016, which obviously got Ireland through the group in France as well. Yeah, that's a very good shout. Might have meant more actually, the fact they got out the group and that. They were unlucky against France as well. It's an easy game to forget. They were 1-0 up against France and Then it was the red card. I can't remember who got sent off. Goal at the Riverside. How many of you wish you'd bought Hamilton Rickard instead of Alan Boxic? Rickard the goal scorer, popular assister as well. Gianluca Festa with the assist for Middlesbrough. Rickard goal, Festa assist. James Mahoney, I'm Irish. It's what they did in my local area. I can't support it. I get that, mate. I get that. I just it upsets me that there's still animosity between Irish and English, and I get that. I get the reasoning. I really understand that. But we get on with the Germans now and stuff. It's different. It's personal. I get that. You don't hate me for being English, do you? I get it. It's historical and stuff. I do understand that. But then, I feel like English and Germans get on really well now. Another goal at St James's Park. Cole Court is the goal scorer. 2-2. Court goal, assist none. Newcastle 2, Chelsea 2. Graham S says Patrick Kluivert and Ruud van Nistelrooy were born on the exact same day. Feel like their careers barely overlapped. That feels hard to believe, actually. Kluivert was smashing it in the Holland team in his teens, wasn't he? Then Van Nistelrooy developed a little bit later and stuff. And Kluivert, we was talking about it with Suj, one of the pods we did over the break. I think Kluivert joined Newcastle when he was like 29. And you'd think, the fuck? But he didn't really do anything, did he? Patrick Lawson saying nothing wrong with a bit of rivalry. No, of course I agree that, mate. I'm only joking, really. I don't expect Scottish and Irish fans or Welsh or Northern Irish to support England. I'm only joking. I'm just saying that from my perspective personally, I want those nations to do well. Rickard's goal at Middlesbrough, it's been quiet at the Riverside until now. Festa does well on the left-hand side. His cross looks reasonably innocuous, but Rickard does incredibly well to generate the power with his header to score. Bowen needed that. Pep Talk's got Rickard. So to Chris Hermitage. Taller's got Festa. Patrick Lawson's happy with Festa. So to Bradley Parker. Block FPL. Plenty happy with that Middlesbrough goal. Whitebeard saying, my boy Rickard. Luke Portier saying, Triple Borough getting frustrating now. Boxic, Johnson and Gordon. Why? Why is that frustrating? They're winning 1-0. 37 minutes gone. All it takes is one Johnson assist for Boxic and you've got 3 returns there, mate. Storm Legacy. I'm from South Africa. Very little to speak of in terms of international football. You've had more World Cups than us in the last 50 years, mate. On the Cole Court goal, it's a fluke. Court is making his way down the right-hand side. He looks up to try and find Shearer with a cross, but the miss-hit ball sails over Cudicini and nestles just inside the far post. He looks embarrassed, but the Toon Army don't care. 2-2. James Mahoney saying it was Duffy got sent off in the Ireland match against France. Says it was all the matches great. I wish I'd have been in a better position to go, actually. I should have. If I'd have been a bit younger, I'd have gone to France. But there you are, fucking hell. Imagine being in Nice for England and Iceland. State of it. FPL Iron says the 2010 World Cup is so overrated. I completely agree. Worst World Cup I've watched. I've watched every single game thinking they're playing with a beach ball. Who was it said about Boxic's return? Okay, you've got an assist. Cracking. Jonathan Greening has given Middlesbrough a second goal at the Riverside. Boxic with the assist. Greening goal, Boxic assist. Middlesbrough 2, West Ham United 0. I think West Ham will go down. Just putting it out there. If you want to discuss it amongst yourselves in the chat, feel free. Gary Robbins is saying, best Ireland moment, Keane going through Overmars. I think that's in relation to Manchester United against Arsenal rather than Ireland against Holland. Average Travo saying, silent postman these days. Face palm. Luke Porteous, true. Seems to be Rickard getting most returns. Johnson slowed down and Gordon being rotated a little recently. On the green in goal, the Riverside is rocking now. I can assure you, that place ain't rocked much, mate. Rickard digs out a cross which Boxic is able to knock down into a dangerous area. Greening races onto it and smashes the volley into the corner. Middlesbrough on the way to a much needed win? Question. Obviously been a little out of form recently, losing at Everton, losing at Arsenal. Heavy Finger 7, how good was United's striker choice in the first 10 years of EPL? Cantona, Cole, York, Ruud van Nistelrooy, easy goal scoring transition. Don't forget at the start with like Mark Hughes and then Sheringham and Solskjaer. Yeah, they weren't sort of attacking players, mate. Gary Robinson, every time Greening scores, puts in the chat, Champions League winning Greening. Goal at White Hart Lane for Stephen McPhail. And there's an assist for Robbie Keane. McPhail goal, Robbie Keane assist. McPhail's a big goal, owned at around about the 50% mark. That's a big goal. Plenty will have and plenty will not. McPhail goal, assist for Robbie Keane. Leeds lead Tottenham by 3-1. Storm Legacy. Was the Iceland loss that much of an embarrassing moment in England history? I think it's the worst result in England's history. Genuinely. I really do. I know people talk about like Norway in qualifiers and USA in 1950 and stuff like that. And the San Marino goal. The San Marino goal was probably the single moment. But losing to Iceland, yeah, it was bad. I mean, in hindsight afterwards, having seen what they did at the World Cup and drawn with Argentina and applied themselves fairly well on that, you go, okay, yeah, but no, in a knockout of a major tournament, England should not be losing to Iceland, no matter what the state of it is. So yeah, I mean, it's bad. You've got to consider the populations of the nations and that, right? Which shouldn't really be how you determine someone. I mean, Iceland are in their golden period, right? And in 10 years, with respect to them, they'll be forgotten about. Like, does anybody ever remember that Latvia qualified for the Euros in 2004 and drew with Germany? No. They're just considered a whipping boy like everybody else now. They had a little period where they had a couple of decent players very briefly. Iceland have got some very good players, but I mean, with the population of the country, it'd be very difficult to add that on. I think, yeah, Iceland is the worst result in England's history. Plenty happy with that McPhail goal. And on the McPhail goal, Robbie Keane has been a live wire here. He's obviously got 2 assists now, Keano. And his dribbling buys him a yard of space. He looks up to find McPhail, who shows great composure to roll the ball beyond a dazed Jalal. A debut to forget for him. It's no fucking shock, is it? Jesus Christ. Why have Spurs not bought a goalkeeper yet? Let's stop fucking about. Just go to Middlesbrough and ask them about Mark Schwarzer or something. Get on with it. Oh dear, the state of it. I see on Luke's stream they're interested in Peggy Arpexhead from Liverpool. What the fuck, man? Go and buy a proper goalkeeper. Seriously. You're fucking hampering yourselves because you can score goals. I reckon Spurs should buy Robbie Keane as well, just saying. Update from the Reebok. Injury here. Rod Wallace is struggling, can't continue. Paul Warhurst is the man that comes in to replace him. It's been a quiet game with Blackburn sat deep. Two-guy has been booked for the visitors. David Strom saying Norway silently getting better. Well, with people like that fucking machine at Dortmund, yeah, I mean, they will be, won't they? Andy Ken says twice as many people live in Coventry than live in Iceland. Unlike in Iceland, though, the people in Coventry don't really want to be there, I shouldn't imagine. No offence, FPL coach, if you're watching today, mate. Or any other Coventry fans, it's fine, really. It's a nice Indian now. So, saw a nice Tennessee chicken or something. Ian McCall said Russia game was probably our best performance in that tournament. We should have battered them. In Marseille, we actually played well that night, yeah. But it was a shit Russia as well. We still couldn't beat them. FBL Numbers says, hi everyone, what did I miss? Well, if you're joining in late, obviously you can see all the latest scores up here. And then down here you can see like upcoming fixtures, top goal scorers, assists, live Premier League table. And then here you can see the latest goals. And then one more down, you can see all the goals and assists running along the ticker. And that won't change for the next 15 minutes or so because it is half time. Rob Pick says he needs a lie down. Villa lead Charlton 1-0. George Boateng goal. Blackburn lead at Bolton. Matt Jansen scoring in consecutive games. It remains goalless at Goodison Park between Everton and Arsenal. Liverpool 2 up at Fulham. Goals from Emil Heskey. No, it wasn't Emil Heskey, was it? Steven Gerrard and Littmanen. Littmanen scored. Assisted by Berger and Heskey. Ipswich lead Leicester 1-0 goal from Matt Holland, assisted by Jamie Clapham. Manchester United lead Derby County by 2-0. Nothing there for Veron or Van Nistelrooy as yet. Goals for Luke Chadwick, Ronnie Johnson, Ryan Giggs. I fucked that up again, didn't I? Goals for Phil Neville, Luke Chadwick. Assists for Ronnie Johnson, Ryan Giggs. It's hard when you ain't got it in front of you, right? Middlesbrough lead West Ham 2-0. Hamilton, Rickard, Greening with the goals. Newcastle and Chelsea is 2-2. Zola amongst those have a goal and assist. No return for Shearer, interestingly though. Sunderland leads at Southampton by 1-0. Gerald Sibon, the goal scorer. And Mark Viduka has 2 of Leeds' 3 at White Hart Lane. Stephen McPhail has the other. Richard Johnson with the Spurs response. Those are your half-time scores. Fuck ton of goals already. 3, 4, 8, 10, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17 goals in 10 halves of football. Not bad. Brian Neal saying even Coventry don't want to be in Coventry. That's harsh. We need to get Coventry City back in Coventry. Luke Porter saying decent half of games to be fair. Rob Pick, hope the tweets have done the job. Rob, you're doing a very, very good job, mate. Peptal, great Rob, good job, yep. Rob Pick said, almost said former Barnsley star but fell and then realised that move is in the future. You dickhead. Scarlett says, good work so far, Rob. Captain's giving hands for Rob. See, me and Rob, we don't hate each other. It's just bants, right? Because we know each other. That it's alright, we can bants. And, alright, we tell each other to fuck off a bit. But I tell my wife to fuck off a bit. She definitely tells me to fuck off loads. Fuck off and do your podcast then. Fuck off and do your Champ Man stream then. It's alright. Still love each other afterwards. It's fine. Niz Godfrey saying Phillips should score against this defence. John UK saying good week so far. I've got 4 goals, I think. Wish I had the fucking captaincy knocking about on Viduka. But yeah, 4 goals. That's 4 more than I got in the week, I can tell you. Or 3 more, sorry, because I did have Van Nistelrooy, but I might as well not have as I hadn't captained him. Storm Legacy says, this is turning to be the best week so far. Gerrard goal, McPhail goal, Besadas goal, Captain Keane, double assist. Now, if only Ipswich and Manchester United could keep the clean sheet. Don't bank on it. Andy Martin with a great question. What's your strategy for the coming week? So, road transfer. I have... Let me get my team up. We'll talk about this a bit in terms of my thinking. So, obviously, importantly, there's only 4 games on Tuesday night, and we're going to make a great stream of it. 4 games. Now, currently, I'm in a position where I have available to play in game week 22. I have David Seaman. I have Haridason, Hart, Hippier, Dabizas if he's fucking picked, McPhail, Biscan, Gerrard, Henry, Viduka, Van Nistelrooy. So I have 11 now, if they're all picked. I suspect there will be mass rotation in the week. I think genuinely that Ruud Van Nistelrooy might be one of them. I also wouldn't be surprised if Mark Viduka is left out. Genuinely. Just with those sort of fixtures and the quick turnarounds, etc. The FA Cup team news is going to be interesting. I would really want to see the likes of Viduka and Van Nistelrooy not playing in the FA Cup. That would make me feel more comfortable. Excuse me. One of the things that I'm going to debate over the next 3 or 4 days is buying Shearer for Van Nistelrooy, which allows significant moves elsewhere. It doesn't mean I have to go without Van Nistelrooy because I've still got Henry's value sitting there. And then in which case, following 23, if I want to, I can go straight back to Van Nistelrooy. But I have a feeling that between sort of 24 and 30, I might actually get more out of Henry than Van Nistelrooy. I really need to think about it. So at the moment, I'm covered off quite well for the blank. I think because of the amount of rotation that I expect in game week 22, and I might be completely wrong about that, but it's just the matchups. United playing at home to Ipswich, Leeds playing at home to West Ham. They feel like games where they could be rotated, right? And you want nailed starters. I'm obviously not saying don't go and buy these guys. Like, if you haven't got Viduka, yeah, you're going to struggle. And there's no point, I'll go alternative, I'll go Robbie Keane. Listen, he might not play either. I don't know. I'm just saying that I think there will be rotation even in that blank game week. That's why I also think it would be a complete waste to use like the free hit, for example. If you're dying on your arse that game week and you've got like 5-6 players, suffer it. That's my instinct at the moment. I think it would be a waste. I think it would be a defensive move, and I'm not sure you will get any gain out of it. And I would probably just suffer it being a bad week. I think the chances are that the average in game week 22 will be extremely low. And if the major captain are, which you're going to be looking at Van Nistelrooy and Viduka, people are going to struggle not to captain one of those. If they blank, then I really think the average will be really, really low. I think it'll be sort of 40ish or so. So if you're in a bad position, I really wouldn't bother with like free hit and stuff like that. And then I'm in a position to go back to the squad in terms of what I've got. To refer back to, I've at the moment got potential doubles in game week 23 from Seaman, Hart, Hippie, Adabizas, McPhail, Biscan, Gerrard, Viduka, Henry, which is 10. If all the doubles happen, i.e. if none of the 6 teams involved, then it's a big ask to have none of those 6 teams draw in the FA Cup third round. But if they all avoid it, I will bench boost in game week 23 and get it done. I can't believe, even with a wild card in the future, that I'm going to be able to put myself in a better position. Even if you took at the moment the single game week players that I have, so I've got Mark Crossley. I forget who Middlesbrough have, but I'd be looking to prioritise getting a double goalkeeper, which would probably be Poom actually, as Derby have got 2 home fixtures. I don't want to be in a position where I've got 2 5 million keepers, but I think for bench boost, the ideal situation is to have a goalkeeper that will play twice. They're the least likely to get rotated. So I think Mark Poom, value-wise, is probably the way I'd go with that. It's again being conscious about values, why I spoke about kind of coming down from Poyet towards Stolz's level. I'm trying to think ahead with these moves. So let's say Poom, and then the other single game week players I'd have at the moment is Van Nistelrooy, which this is part why I'm saying about moving it to Shearer, Klaus Janssen and Richard Rufus at home to Everton, and Hariderson, who I think has Blackburn away from memory. And Hariderson is the one, because of that I am partly thinking, yeah, if I can manoeuvre that to sort of get off Poyet, low budget, I've got $1 million in the bank, get Crossley up to Poom and Hariderson up to Ashley Cole. If all them doubles happen, that's likely where I'm to be, and I think possibly Van Nistelrooy to Shearer. Obviously, if I go Van Nistelrooy to Shearer, that opens up more from the value perspective as well. So not having to necessarily force out Hariderson for Ashley Cole. So I don't mind having Hariderson on my bench as part of the bench boost. I think that's decent, really, in any fixture, because he can pick up bonus points at any time. But I like the Jensen Rufus would be at home to Everton. I like that. In spite of Everton been much better defensively lately. Obviously, they kept a clean sheet at Chelsea in a week. They're 0-0 at home to Arsenal at the moment. So that's my plan. And the other one, obviously, if you didn't watch the stream in the week or didn't watch last Sunday night on the Championship Manager Boys stream, when I was talking about chip strategy, game week 26, any FA Cup 4th round replays is likely to cause postponements. Be aware of that. But again, you ain't going to have a lot of planning for it. You're looking at pre-game week 25 is going to be your planning. So There's not a lot. So I think it's a good period at the moment to be in spreads rather than having your treble ups, etc. Having said that, I'm sitting there with treble Leeds, treble Liverpool, trying to get to treble Arsenal to force in game week 23. My other thought that to add on chip strategy is I would hold the wild card for a good while if you can. The players that I'm going to get on 23, if they all have doubles, are not going to suddenly walk into really bad stuff in game week 24. I mean, for example, Arsenal walk into Chelsea away. I don't give a fuck anymore. It's actually a decent fixture, isn't it? So I'm not worried about it. I think it would be a good idea to hold it, to take advantage after upcoming blanks. So yeah, you're going to lose fixtures in 26. I think Manchester United are going to lose 29, aren't they? They could lose 28 as well. So you might want to be in a position, and there's small chance of them losing all of them, by the way. But obviously, the League Cup final, I think it's 29 or 30, they'll almost definitely lose that. It's a good idea, I think, to hold on to that wild card for a while, to take advantage on the other side again of those that will potentially double, and then cover up where best you can for the blanks. Obviously, if you walk into a position where you've used your free hit, and suddenly, if you say me, for example, game week 26, and I keep hold of all them Leeds, Liverpool, Arsenal assets, and none of them are playing in game week 26, then I need to have a serious think. And for me, then I would potentially have to wild card on the day with consideration for future of Manchester United doubles and stuff. So that's my opinion, but there's no right or wrong. It's the same with actual official FPL at the moment. There's not a right or wrong. Play it your own way, whatever you feels best, whatever's best for your circumstance. If someone says to me, should I play bench boost or free hit or do the unlimited, I can't answer that with having a clue about what you want to do in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks afterwards to even really answer that with, alright, I'm going to bench boost, I'm going to go unlimited, I'm going to bench boost, I'm going to suffer game week 31, I'm going to free hit in 32 when City and Liverpool play each other, and then I'm going to wildcard in 33 where I've got 3 games of information, and then I believe I can take advantage of massive fixture swings for City, Liverpool, Chelsea, United, even West Ham actually. We've got a big fixture swing, we've got a tough 3, and then West Ham's running from 33 to 38, for example, is very good. And you can look at people like Antonio and Jared Bowen and stuff like that if they're fit and in form. Fabianski covers in goal well, for example. I'll probably go Fabianski in a 4.0 for the running. That's part of my thinking. But there's no rights or wrong. It's very dependent on your own circumstance. Fucking hell, that was a bit strategy based, wasn't it? Cheers, James. Fucking hell, I should put this shit on Patreon or something. Petzl, I need a keeper for game week 22. What is the best 4.5 million goalkeeper sign that plays in the blank? In the blank? Ooh, what have you got there? Are any of them 4 points? So you've got Martin and Hislop. You could have Hislop. You've got Dudek and Seaman. You've got, I suppose, Sereni. Sereni's the one, really. If you're saying Sereni or Hislop, I'd say to you go Sereni. Actually, even though they're playing Manchester United. We know that goalkeepers can make save points against United in this game. So Sereni would be the choice, actually. You'd stuck there with Sereni and Hislop, wouldn't you? That's it. Given and Van der Sar are both 5, I think, aren't they? Talis says, with the rotation threat, is it too much of a risk to captain and vice captain on Rude and Viduka? No, but it might be in 22. So what I would advise, if you've got a front 3, I'm sure someone out there has this. If you've got Van Nistelrooy, Viduka and Shearer in 23, I would vice captain Shearer. That would be my advice on that. You have to still captain one of the other 2. But yeah, as I am now in 22, I would maybe consider not. I would probably still go Van Nistelrooy. If I keep Van Nistelrooy, it's going to be difficult not to go for him. It's so close. I think that's really close, Van Nistelrooy and Viduka in the week. I think actually closer than today, to be honest, because although Spurs have no goalkeeper, Man United at home to Derby or Leeds away to Tottenham, generally on paper, if it wasn't for the Tottenham defensive stuff currently, you would have all been going Van Nistelrooy, generally speaking. Something to think about. Be careful. It's just a personal opinion. I can't back that up on anything. I just think it's still that time of year. They're low reputation oppositions. I think rotation could happen. There's also every chance that they'll both play and it won't matter. The official account says 2 important bits of news to break here before the second half. Jimmy Walker is on the sideline waiting to come on at St James's Park. There's no sign of Shay Given, and our sources indicate there is no injury. Rob Pick, you're pushing it. Stop. Whistles blow around the country and the second half is underway. Good luck, everyone. I'm sure the action isn't about to slow down. Barnsley lead 1-0 at half-time against Gillingham in Division 1. Keep Rob happy. I wonder if he treats it at full-time if they fucking lose. Storm Legacy says, cool that everyone held their comments for after the James Chip strategy like we're in class. Dougal's in, hello mate, says literally all of my players have scored points apart from the Man United assets. On Ipswich Leicester start the second half brightly at Portman Road. Robbie Savage creates a chance for Dean Sturridge. Sturridge turns neatly, but his snapshot is dealt with by Sereni. And we're off to the Riverside. Motherfudgers. Graham S saying given to Spurs. Question. Bit late. Yeah. So I think we have news incoming very shortly at Middlesbrough. I've got a feeling that it will be a West Ham goal. Brett M says, hey James, I joined the website Game Week 20, had a shocker with 9 players, thinking what the hell is this game? By 15 minutes in tonight, already smashed last game week score. Correct. There has been a goal at the Riverside. It has obviously not been for West Ham United. Hamilton Rickard has scored again for Middlesbrough. Flash. Dean Gordon assist. Rickard goal, Dean Gordon assist, 3-0 to Borough. I think West Ham might get relegated. Feel free to discuss it in the chat if you want to. Andrew Martin says, will be an in-depth look tomorrow night on Barnsley and their season so far. Tell you what, Andy, you clearly don't give a shit about your views, do you? Talking of which, does everybody like this video yet? Let's have a look at the old like status at the moment. Ooh, poor showing there, lads. Really poor showing on the amount of likes. Make a midget happy. Dick Wellington's looking for another goal from Chadders. Lots happy with the Gordon goal, as you'd imagine. Clean sheet wipeout near Shakhtar. FPL hitman on the Rickard goal. That kills the game off early in the second half. Boxic tried to work some space, but instead turned and rolled the ball to Gordon. His cross was perfect for Rickard to plant a header in the corner for his second of the game. Excuse me. Stephen Hamilton saying Gordon and Festa double up coming good for the first time in a while. Dougal, did you support West Ham? Oh, man, respect lost. By the way, definitely go and have a catch up on Dougal's podcast with our tweet man Rob Pick from Wednesday. Top stuff, lads. Really enjoyable. It's not dated. Go and listen to it. Pet Talk, Rickard vice captain get in. I mean, what does that matter? Is your captain playing or not captain? Is he playing or not playing? Because if he's playing, it really don't fucking matter who your vice captain is anymore. Gordon assists get in. What a goal. But yeah, well done on the double up there, Pet Talk. John UK saying this week is brilliant, isn't it, Darren? We're having fun here, mate. Pete Squires, yes, Dino, farewell assist before saying goodbye next week. A goodbye for Flash. Feely M2, Rickard having sim. He's just having sim. Ben Thompson, Summers, he's having a nightmare. What did you do, mate? Did you buy fucking Jason Newell back? Storm Legacy, James, which performance in this sim has surprised you the most? Like, which could be the biggest overperforming club? The biggest one that surprised me was Tottenham winning at Arsenal. Scenes, game week 15. It's got to be Newcastle and Chelsea, isn't it? Between the two of them. Didn't expect them to be down there. Has to be. Yeah. Overachieving Middlesbrough is obviously fairly obvious. And a little shout out for Charlton as well, actually, because they've done okay. Update from the cottage. Uh-oh. An injury here. Sylvan Legwinski is struggling and looks like he needs to come off. Yep, he's done. Steed Malbronk is his replacement. Steve Marley is just shot wide for the home side who need a spark. FPL fell. Irons not catching a break. West Ham even getting relegated in pretend football too. Me and a few of the patrons, we did a draft last night, which fucking hell, he's going to think I'm blowing him now. Which Rob Pick really set up really well, and there's a few other patrons doing a different draft tonight. Really good work. And we all had a call together last night. Good fun. And I ended up with 2 West Ham players in the draft. And everybody in the Slack chat afterwards was like, James bought 2 West Ham players, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah lads, listen, chill. It's for nostalgia. I can't fucking buy them next year, can I? Update from the Reebok. A couple of chances for Bolton, with Kelly making saves to deny Pedersen and Ricketts. As always, Blackburn are sat in deep. Matt Jansen has just been booked for the away side. Ben Thompson, no Viduka. 1 return from McPhail. Listen, don't get allegiances getting away, mate. Just get him in. Tom also says Veron got to go after next week. This is a theme in the chat every week. Got to get rid of Veron. Although last week didn't I say that I was literally talking about it, and then it came up that Van Nistelrooy had scored again. No. At least Steve-O's in. This is the Steve-O middle finger there from James. I didn't realise you fucking patented that, Steve-O. Pet Talk, post office is closed on New Year's Day. Don't expect much from Johnston today. And laughs at his own joke. Stop it, mate. I'm telling you, mate, there's so many of you in this chat. Don't take up comedy. I want to be like, you know when people go on the X Factor and you think, the fuck? Who told them it would be a good idea to do that? I'm going to be like the parent here for all of you now, thinking you're about to go and make stand-up comedy careers. You ain't. Don't do it. Storm Legacy says Stolters is the definition of you get what you pay for. I think that's quite harsh. DJ Music Ace says, hello James, just got here. Hi. A few of the boys who was in the draft last night, clean sheet wipeout, Tomo saying yeah, it was good fun last night. And calm. Didn't anybody else just feel that? Like, oh, calm. Graham S saying, wish Alan Kelly would do one. Pen saving troll, man. Talk of the Devils. We're off to White Hart Lane. Tottenham need to change something. Teddy Sheringham is withdrawn. And Stefan Everson is on. Presumably he will join Redbroth in attack. Leeds almost kill it off. Hearts free kick is met by Viduka. But yet Bunjevcevic clears off the line with Jalal beaten. I mean, obviously this dickhead in goal was beaten. FPL Dougal says, I'm fucking hilarious. Don't knock a man's dream. Can you hear that? It's fucking tumbleweed, mate. Dougal, I'll give you your props. You got a bit going on there, mate. Gary Robinson says, sorry if I missed it, James. You streaming Tuesday night? Nah, it's 4 games. I can't bother. Yeah, obviously I'm streaming. Of course I'm fucking streaming. Yeah, we make it fun. I'll come up with some ideas or something we can fill the blanks in to talk about. But I imagine the commentary would be very heavy on the games anyway. It'd be like the commentary for when they were doing the 12:30 and the 5:30. It'd be very detailed, and you love that for 4 games. So we'll carry it through, no probs. And to be honest, it just gives me more I can interact with you guys. If you want to ask some FPL questions the night before the next night, then yeah, shit, we should talk about it on Tuesday rather than now where we've got gaps in play. So yeah, listen, we'll have 2.5 hours of good fun. I'll help with the Champ Man stuff, I'll help with the FPL stuff if I can, if I see the comments and that during quiet moments, and otherwise we'll do it on the 4 games. Yeah, there's only 4 games, but the majority of us are going to have huge involvement in these 4 games, aren't we? So clean sheet wipeout saying almost 10 minutes in and only 1 goal in this half. Yeah, that being Middlesbrough's third against West Ham United. Could this be a quiet half? I wonder. FPL Hitman saying Salakovic needs to wake up. Brian Yule says, is the Spurs keeper even a real player? Yes, he is. Yeah, he's still playing for Woking, apparently. We clarified this. Or he was at Woking. He's still somewhere. He's a fucking baby. Although he's also Iraq's number one. Don't diss. Gary Robinson, lovely. Needs some Brewdog ordering it. These ones are good, Gary, by the way. Nice, them. Fucking flying down. Andy Martin, exactly right. FPL chat Tuesday night too. He's got the idea. We didn't clear that up, but I just think that's the right way to go, isn't it? If I can, part of an FPL podcast, if I can help people in the chat at the same time while doing the games, that's what I'm going to do Tuesday night, right? Think of it as an Suj James Friday stream combined with Champman FPL Live, and we're just going to put the two together and, yeah, get very chat heavy Tuesday night, and I'll help all I can. Don't worry, it's not Thierry Henry. Is all I've read so far. Kanu is replaced with Dennis Bergkamp coming on to replace him. Arsenal were in control of the game, but Simonsen has excelled so far. The Everton goalkeeper on for top bonus. I suggest if it stays at 0-0 perhaps. Or Alan Stubbs, of course, could be on for another 9-pointer. Who knows? Andrew Martin saying Keller was keeping Spurs up the table. He probably was, actually, because Basie's got two fucking hands and he puts gloves on. So it's always beneficial, Andy, if you've got a goalkeeper between the sticks. Those of you who didn't see Luke from Scout on the stream on Wednesday night, detailed Jalal's stats. I mean, and we're all sitting there at the moment going, yeah, I watched that, and yeah, why didn't I captain Viduka? Yes, because Van Nistelrooy is at home to Derby. It's fair enough. It's all good. For those who did take the plunge, very well done. I learnt the hard way in the week of taking the chance that away to Charlton was a good week to go against Van Nistelrooy. And quickly learnt that it's very, very fucking dangerous to go against him. Andy, we'll get another draft going for the new season on Patreon, mate. Don't worry, pal. Mac really needs Shearer to go a bit mad here. Could be a proper differential at the moment. I think a lot are going to lean into him. A lot. I think at the moment what you've got is you've got a lot of people who've got Van Nistelrooy and Viduka. And then you've got people in and around Pedersen value, Boxic value, Rickard value, whatever. I don't think there's too many who are in the position like me that have got Viduka, Henry, Van Nistelrooy. By the way, some fucking Gooner troll today said to me, I know he's some dickhead, I don't really respond to him much anymore. He's always, yeah. He said, you're relying a bit on them front three, ain't you, James? I didn't respond. 3 central midfielders on the pitch at the moment. 2 of them are scored, by the way, can I just say. And I don't mean to tempt fate, but there could be some shit defensively here as well, by the way. So, yeah, he's more than just a front three. Kunas. I can't help it. FPL Cobbler saying Jalal played 4 times for the Cobblers once. Cobblers? That's how good he is. 4 for us. Cobblers are Northampton, for anyone who doesn't know that. Gary Rumson's, I'm on the new Barnard Castle eye test Brewdog, superb, 6%. These are very good. I'm actually slightly concerned that I might need a piss break soon. Strangely quiet, say the official count. An array of players have gone off before the 60-minute mark across the games. Notable players replaced include Paul Merson, Gary McAllister, Budovine Zenden, Jonathan Woodgate, Anders Svensson has come on for Southampton. Surely something is due. Near Shakhtar says, what's better feeling than going against Van Nistelrooy for 3 weeks? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking about. James Prentice, paging Robert Pick Robert Pick, please report to the CMFPL team draft. If you don't know, that's James Alapran, by the way, guys. Gary Robinson, if anyone from Brewdog is on, send more. Update from the cottage. Emil Heskey and Danny Murphy are coming off for Liverpool to be replaced by Fowler and Biscan, but they have just made the 60-minute mark. Finally, we have a pretty big goal to come. So I have Biscan coming on into the game now in place of Klaus Jensen. Half hour of Biscan. You can get me a goal, you little... Is he Czech? Biscan? Is he Czech? Oh, I've had a mind blank there. Where's Biscan from? Quick, someone tell me. And they'd all be firing off, popping off in the chat. And there'll be some wrong answers. Ian McAllister says Jalal had a trial at Oldham. He didn't last long. Fuck me. Where's this big goal coming, guys? What do we think? I'm going for Old Trafford, personally. And Derby to score it. It is at Old Trafford. That's all I know. I haven't got the notification. I don't know how FPL Captain's done that because I've got no information. But it is apparently at Old Trafford. Refresh. What's going on? Ruud van Nistelrooy. Cha la 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 la. Ruud van Nistelrooy. Cha la 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 la. Van Nistelrooy goal. Assist again for Ryan Giggs. United lead Derby 3-0. Van Nistelrooy with the goal. Ryan Giggs with the assist. Yeah, lots saying Croatian Igor Biscan. Yeah, I think that's right. Too many to mention, but thank you. I fucking blank there. I can't picture him in a Croatia shirt at all. Why can't I? You ever played for Croatia at a major tournament? I feel like he hasn't. On the Van Nistelrooy goal, Giggs finds himself out on the right-hand side and delivers a delicious in-swinging cross that Van Nistelrooy just has to flick on with his head. He does, and the net ripples. Ryan Giggs has been outstanding. Could be that Van Nistelrooy's not on for top bonus here for a change. Lots of Van Nistelrooy happy, but then we were all on it. Was it 75% of us have captained him or some shit? You're a brave bastard without on weeks like this, I'm telling you. Just FPL Dougal. I go and see Rude. Yes. And I can see Dougal in the middle. Veron is a fraud. Max says, quite a pointless goal, really. It is, except for those who have been brave enough to go Veron over Van Nistelrooy. Tomo, Veron, where are you? Joe Finley Badder, why do I own Veron? Update from the lane. No sign at the moment of Spurs finding a way back into the game. Leeds seem happy with the situation and are trying to shut the game down. Ian Hart has been booked for a foul on Sergei Rebrov. Another goal for Spurs, and as it would stand, it would be a 0-pointer for Ian Hart, who was part of my -8 in game week 20. I have to say, I did absolutely know it would be attacking return or bust for Ian Hart today. With the shit Spurs have been, I knew we would score. Pep Talk saying, bingo, my front three, Viduka captain, Ruud van Nistelrooy and Ricard. Drops the mic and walks off. Johan Monson, Croatia was quality back then. What, you mean unlike getting to the World Cup final 2 years ago, mate? Brian Newell, Biscan only got 15 caps. By this time, he was no longer in the national team. Interesting. Woodwork's been hit at St Mary's. Not again. This effort was even more outrageous than the first. Arca hits an arcing shot with the outside of his left boot. Moss doesn't even move, but the ball hits the underside of the bar and spins away. Cobbler says, Biscan is the Croatia under-21s manager now. Pet Talk. Hart is a waste of 6.5 million. Do me a favour then, mate. Please sell him. Or if you haven't got him, stay off him. And get everybody else sell him as well. Because West Ham at home and then potential double and then another double. Yeah, alright. You ain't got free. If that double game week happens in game week 23 for Leeds, you are taking a massive gamble not having free Leeds players. I'll make that very, very clear right now. Whatever free you decide, get them in. I suggest, looking at the ownership numbers, the majority have already gone Hart, McPhail, Viduka. If you're going now, find an alternative. Be it a Gary Kelly or a Rio Ferdinand or Harry Kewell or Robbie Keane. Find an alternative. Don't join the pack because just fuck off and do something else. They're going to be the main three, definitely. It's the three that I've got as well. They're going to be massive. The beauty about the 24 double as well is, in terms of carrying them through for longer, and I think actually if you go and look at Leeds fixtures all the way to game week 38, you could absolutely make a case just keeping them all the way through. If you can manoeuvre them, if they end up beating Liverpool in the League Cup semi-final or miss the final. Excuse me. The beauty of the 24 double, which we've hardly discussed, it's Manchester United away and Blackburn at home. Blackburn at home, great. It's got to be a clean sheet, hasn't it? Surely, it's got to be. And United away is just a free swing, isn't it? And you don't have to worry about having three Leeds players playing away to Manchester United in a single game week. Okay, it's part of the Blackburn fixture. I'll take anything as a bonus. It's a beaut. Update from Goodison. So close. Arsenal's frustration is building as Thierry Henry meets Tikhonov's lofted pass sweetly on the volley and it goes inches wide. Ashley Cole has been booked for Arsenal. Nigel Martin's another one, Brian Yule. Yeah, absolutely fine. Of course he's an alternative. Eric Bakker, another one. Fine. Even Decourt. You could look at that Leeds 11 that's playing today. You could pick any of them. That's how I feel over these next few weeks. Get it done. Know that rotation could bite in 22. And it might even bite a little bit in 23 and 24 as well. But you can't look beyond that run, can you? Sunderland finally have what I assume is a deserved second goal at St Mary's. Gavin McCann is the goal scorer. There's another assist for captain Stefan Schwartz. Southampton 0, Sunderland 2. McCann with a goal. Schwartz with the assist. Southampton just don't want West Ham to feel lonely. They're going down as well. Who will join them? Will it be Newcastle or Chelsea? Remains 2-2 at St James's. Brian Yule, Keller to Martin is an easy move. Yeah, but keep an eye on Keller's fitness because he'll get straight back in as soon as he's fit unless Spurs buy someone. Absolute certainty. And Spurs obviously could have a double in 23 as well. But why the fuck am I advising that? Just get Martin. Liz Godfrey says, why never clean sheet? This was just the second goal scored against them at home, right? I know Spurs are good attacking, but still. Sam Thomas, my new claim to fame is having watched Jalal play in real life. Saw him play against Hereford in the conference. Hereford won 4-0. Nice. So who was he playing for, Sam? Didn't really kind of... Must have been Woking, maybe. If it's Woking, don't put it. If it's someone else, let me know. FPL Hitman, Schwartz ticking nicely. Simple goals early season tip, says FPL Hitman. Fucking hell, mate, it's game week 21. That early season tip. Crucial second goal of the game for the Black Cats. Schwartz the creator again, collecting Kevin Phillips' header and placing a low cross into the path of McCann, who puts the ball away. Rob, did he put it away with his head, with his arse, with his bollocks, with his big toe? Come on, man. It's in the detail, Rob. Be doing a sterling job, Rob. Dick Wellington says Radaby or Alan Smith. Neither. Actually, if you choose him, Radaby. Smith will play once or twice in the next 5 game week. Next 5 Leeds fixtures, I would predict. And he'll probably return mental, but then is it worth it? I don't know, man. I don't know. Aritraro, Radaby, Kewell, Keane, differential. I like that as a trio. If you want to go against the obvious and you've got none, that's about as good a differential treble as you'll get. Radaby, Kewell, Keane. Like that. David Strom's got Schwartz on my bench. I don't blame you, David, to be honest. It's all cushy. Heavy Finger 7. James, what do you think about a championship fantasy game? Would it draw? Are you actually saying the Championship, as in next year West Ham versus Coventry, that kind of thing? Yeah, it's got potential. I was speaking to one of our patrons. I had a chat with FPL Potter for about an hour the other night. He's a Stoke fan, and I was asking if he played it. He said, "No, not really." But actually, it might be something. I'd like to play it next year. There is a Championship fantasy game. I'd like to play it just to improve my knowledge partly as well. Actually, because since I've done the podcast, I don't have enough time to watch Championship football and overseas leagues anymore. I'd so prioritise watching Premier League, even if it's shit. Update from Suj James' quiet second half is almost lit up by Alan Shearer. His wonderful volley looks destined for the corner until an outstanding save by Kudachini. Niz said, Phillips never scored for me. Bought him in for 1 week punt versus Southampton. Come on, son. Ian McAllister, yes, McCann. Fuck me. That's differential for you there. Will Cantrell opted for Stolzers and Lewis Beaumorte today. Whoops. I mean, is anybody sitting there banking on a potential Liverpool clean sheet? I'm not banking on mine coming in. Clean sheet wipeout. More fun in the Championship anyways. So they say. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't fucking know, mate. Brian Yule, Schwartz is good, but always worried he buggers off into space. Yeah, if you don't know the story behind that, go and Google it. Heavy Finger 7 say, yeah, second leg. Yeah, Gary Robinson, Telegraph did a Championship fantasy game but dropped it due to lack of interest. I think they moved it to fantasy bet. I'm going to have a look for this, actually. I'm interested. Because as well, I really enjoy, I genuinely mean this, I really enjoy interacting with fans who don't support Premier League clubs. I really, really enjoy it. I'd like to know more about what I'm talking about when I talk to these people. Storm Legacy, first choice for Championship fantasy next season is Calvin Phillips, shot at Leeds. Would he not be playing Premier League football next year? No. Jack Wilson saying I'd do a fantasy Championship. Jack, you'd probably set it up, mate. Update from Portman Road. Huge controversy here. Maurizio Tirico does brilliantly to break into the penalty area and is wiped out by a clumsy Jerry Ferry Taggart challenge. Unbelievably, Barry Knight turns down the appeals. Andrew Might says Calvin Phillips will be in Prem and not a fancy option, really. All these Leeds boys think, and I'm not going to comment because I haven't seen enough of him, reckon he should be in England squad now. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Really looking forward to seeing it. Ash, Johnson and Boxic to McPhail and Viduka for free, going well so far. Yeah, not bad. Bradley Parker Championship fancy game would be savage, be bargains everywhere. Yeah, the unpredictability of the league, yeah, but then fucking hard nailing it, mate. Pep talk, what has happened to Fulham attacking wise? I'm sure they're going to score in a minute, to be honest. Gary Shepherd, getting my ass properly kicked in the FPL Panda Trophy. Storm Legacy, yup, I know. Brad Lewin to do something. Veron, Aritravo leads in the Premier League next season for sure. I certainly think so. Bradley Parker, plus random results all over the place in the Championship. FPL Irons, will you enjoy interacting with me more next season when we go down, James? No, fucking hate your team, mate. Graham S, 3 goals, second half. Late flurry incoming. Is that all we've had this half? 3 goals. I'm not bothered actually because I'm potentially sitting on a few clean sheets. Joe Finley Baller, Leeds always find a way to not get promoted. I think they will this time. Niz Godfrey, good job ref. Come on ref, says clean sheet wipeout. Niz Shatter, go on Taggart. Graham S. Tarico robbed today. Cal, Arca and Tarico owner, gutted, lol. Dick Wellington, is that all Jane? Who's Jane? Clean sheet wipeout for Ipswich Town. Goal for Leicester. And not only should he have had the penalty awarded against him perhaps, but Jerry Taggart is the goal scorer for Leicester City. I don't even need to tell you that Dennis Wise has got the assist. You already know. It's Ipswich 1, Leicester 1. Jerry Taggart the scorer. Assist for Dennis Wise. Ipswich clean sheet wipe out. Boo. You've all got fucking Horizon or something else anyway. There's another clean sheet knocking about that I would far rather have than that one, actually. Yeah, I feel having suffered a little bit with Sami Hyypiä, that if Liverpool can hold on, that would be a very big and unexpected clean sheet. It's worth saying at this stage that 4 home teams haven't scored yet. There is another clean sheet wipeout. Tomo. Jason Yule was equalised for Charlton Athletic. The assister is Mark Kinsella. Villa 1, Charlton 1, Yule goal, Kinsella assist. All level at Villa Park. There are 4 home clean sheets. I get that. There are 4 home teams who haven't scored yet. Clean sheets still intact for Blackburn, Arsenal, Liverpool, Sunderland. Obviously, Arsenal are holding on to a clean sheet. Everton are holding on to a clean sheet. So too Manchester United and Middlesbrough. 7 clean sheets potentially remain. I think that a few of them may well hold, actually. Be very surprised at 3-0 if Man United and Middlesbrough concede. I can see Everton and Arsenal staying 0-0 now, actually. The way Blackburn defend, they could hold it. Southampton always have a goal in them, you would say. Always have a goal in them. Liverpool you'd be concerned about, definitely. That's going to be the one that goes right at the end, is Liverpool. Wow, moments after you could cost them the game, Taggart levels the scores. The former Barnsley man... dickhead, man. Brilliantly attacks the corner from Wires at the near post and gives Matteo Sereni no chance. Graham S wants Leicester to sod off. Kevin Fingers said, pretty safe to say everyone has at least one Ipswich defence, right? Just Sereni saves or bonus make a differential. Yeah, I'm not so bothered about the Ipswich one, actually. Storm Legacy, Bramble, Horizon not working out, and there's plenty with doubles on that as well, obviously. Andrew Martin, good goal for game week 3 dead teams, that Charlton goal. On the Charlton goal, the Jason Yule equalised for Charlton. It's been a really quiet second half here, but the Alex fans don't care now. Yule towers above Delaney to meet Kinsella's cross, and it's a wonderful header to bring Charlton back on terms. 1-1 at Villa. Gary Shepherd not getting my arse kicked quite so badly in Cup now. We got Taggart and Yule, mate. Yeah, Bill Hitman. Double H on bench 2. You left Horizon out in an Ipswich home game. Man, you got some cojones if that's what you've done. Near Shakhtar only has Gordon's clean sheet now. I bet there'll be a lot missing this Manchester United clean sheet as well. No Blanc. Silvestronas would have sold. Give us a holler if you got Phil Neville in that chat. That's potentially a big return this game week. Goal and a clean sheet, possibly. Storm Legacy, Arsenal clean sheet, double clean sheet on my bench. Arsenal clean sheet, double clean sheet on my bench. Figured Everton found their scoring boots after Chelsea. Don't be silly, mate. Yeah, if you'd watched Luke the other night, I think you could have guessed that Everton Arsenal was probably going to be quite low scoring. I mean, I never considered captaining Henry in this one, for example. Near Shakhtar, seems like years since I had Kinsella in my team. Mac, actually happy about the Ipswich clean sheet wipeout, only owning one Ipswich defence. I'd say I'm happy about it. Because the thing is, Ipswich clean sheet, and then you've got Horizon, it's a 9-pointer. For those who don't have Horizon, big. But I mean, these Ipswich boys, you know how it is, lads. There could still be 4 or 5 pointers in there for him. Heavy Finger 7, Hyypiä and Festa, live clean sheet for me now. Squeaky bum time. Yeah, I've got David Seaman and Hyypiä. Woodwork's been hit at White Hart Lane. Leeds again come close to a fourth. McPhail swings in the corner and Radaby meets it sweetly, but his header clips the bar on the way into the stands. Unsurprisingly, Jalal was again beaten. Jack Wilson has Barthez. Scala went for Irwin. I thought about Irwin a little bit, actually, with Sylvester out. I have thought about it, but yeah, I think United's rotation could be bad in game week 22. So I'm not adding United with no double in 23 as well.
If all the doubles in 23 are off, I might go back to them. I think that's the only circumstance where I would. No thoughts in terms of what I'm going to do on 22 yet. Did I know what's happening about 23? So that's why the stream tomorrow night at 9:30 will be absolutely critical. And as Andrew Martin points out, Alan Stubbs is on for a clean sheet again, James. Andrew, I'll be very honest with you, mate. I wouldn't have fucking started the prick again, mate. So it wouldn't have mattered. Either way, I was always going to be losing out. I'd have obviously got him the other night because he had, 8 players. But I think I probably would have been missing this one. Yeah. Who would I have left out for him? Really? Horizon Hippier Hart. Would I have played him? I don't know if I would have. I might have, because I've ended up playing Rufus. The reason I picked Rufus over Jensen was I had Jensen last night, and actually it's very, very rare that I've done this. I actually changed my mind this morning and went with Rufus. I just decided between the two of them, I didn't expect to return from either, by the way, that Rufus of the two probably just about had the higher ceiling. You also had the higher fall from grace in terms of if Villa went mental like they did against West Ham, it could have been a minus, whereas Jensen was probably always likely to be a 2-pointer. But I decided Rufus's ceiling was probably a little bit higher. That's why I made that decision. Update from Old Trafford. Nearly a double for Van Nistelrooy, but his curling shot is saved superbly by Poom. In truth, United are coasting now and seem happy to settle for a 3-0 win. Could be end of scoring done at Old Trafford. Pete Squires picked up Phil Neville in Draft League last night. Bradley Parker, I think the woodwork saves more than Jalal. It's Jalal, isn't it? To be honest, Bradley, I've had more fucking bars save me and keep me upright than fucking Jalal could save a football, mate. Pep talk, think Tarico should get bonus to make up for being denied the pen. Nah, he dived, mate. Graham S. Agreed, Pep talk, give Tarico 9 bonus in my opinion. Nah, dived, mate. Gary Shepherd was going to bring him Wise, but said on website still injured until game week 22. Am I missing something? Was he only a doubt? Orange flags can always play. Always. You get rare ones like Ravanelli was on 5% and orange flagged. Luke's belief, and he's done the analysis on it, FF Scout _ Luke, is under 70%, you're extremely unlikely to play. I think Shearer played a game a few weeks ago where he could have been like 69. But you're talking about one of the mainstays of any team in this simulation. Below 70%, very unlikely. If you've got an 82, you've seen that with like Viduka the other day, 82% and that, they can play. Wise has been in and around that 90% mark, so he's had a good season. It was always likely that he could play, Gary, to be honest. I understand the difference between orange flag and red flag. A red flag player will not play. An orange flag player, irrespective of fitness, could play. Update from Craven Cottage. Fulham have been on top in the second half, but haven't found a way through. Oh, fuck's sake. Hippier was booked for pulling back Clark. Liverpool almost kill it off on the break with Lippmann and hitting the post from Fowler's low cross. Don't remember Fowler coming on, but he obviously has come on. I don't suppose anyone still owns Robbie Fowler, do they? Graham S. Any chance Pedersen? Question. I haven't seen any begging in the chat tonight. Did everybody get the message that as soon as you start begging, shit doesn't happen? James Mahoney has double Man United clean sheet. I think you're locked in there, mate. FPL Hitman. Shearer was 72%. Yeah, I'm not talking about the game just gone, mate. I'm talking about one he started. It was about 4 or 5 game weeks ago where they played on a Sunday, and on the Saturday morning when the guys did the stream, he was about 56% fit or something. So we don't actually know factually what his fitness was at the start of that game. Or it might have been they played the Monday and his fitness was about 53%. I'm not sure. But it was they were playing the next day after the sim and his percentage was stupid low. So it's not the game just gone. But you're right, yeah, he was only 72% the other day. Which kind of highlights what I said. Anything that's 70 or above, your man could play. People like Shearer at 72%, there's every chance they're going to play. But you know the risk with that. And the risk I think all of us felt for Southampton was, I think we all knew he was going to play. Is he going to play like half hour? Is he going to play 20 minutes? The bastard ends up playing 90 minutes. And because his natural fitness and his stamina is so good, which Luke would define to you better than I can, go back and watch the stream again from Wednesday night, is that he doesn't really tire in games and stuff. So the fact that he's starting at 72% for him is not so bad as say someone who would struggle. Off to St Mary's, where we have a penalty. The fact they put an exclamation mark on that suggests to me that Kevin Phillips will have a Sunderland penalty here. Absolute certainty that it will be a Sunderland penalty rather than a Southampton penalty. That's okay. I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Niz Godfrey says Fulham are going to score, James. Yeah, I think they probably will, actually. I think they will. They sound like they're putting the pressure on as well. I think they probably will. Yeah, even if it's a 5-pointer for Hippier. See, that's the thing, right? Hippier's been booked. No bonus is 5-pointer. Horidison and Bramble and that can still pick up the 5-pointers. So, so much importance on the bonus points in this. You know that, guys. I'd be very surprised the way they've egged up this penalty if it's not a Sunderland penalty. It's not. It's a Southampton penalty. Emerson... Oh, I see why they've done it now. Emerson Tome gets caught the wrong side of McDonald in the penalty area and bundles him to the ground. Anders Svensson will take the Southampton penalty. Billy Hadaway. Jalal's had a storm in the second half. Nah, Leeds just ain't been hitting the target. Off woodwork, flicked wide. Leeds ain't need to hit the target. So, Anders Svensson to take a penalty for Southampton, potentially wipe out a Sunderland clean sheet. Don't suppose with Tome's injury, I don't suppose there's been too many Sunderland defensive knocking about. Is Arker a defender and Gray's a midfielder? Is that right? I think that's correct, isn't it? Arker's defender, Gray's a midfielder in the game. Even though Arker's playing in midfield and Gray's playing defence. I think I've got that right. Pete Squires says, delighted to have McPhail and Taggart on my bench and no Viduka. Just like the trolls will be happy to know that Anders Svensson has scored that penalty. Svensson goal, McDonald assist. Southampton lead Sunderland 1-2. Towhead. I mean, listen, we've had some weird spam in this shit. Do me a favour, guys. Just fucking report these pricks. No one fucking likes cricket. It's the most fucking boring game on earth. Fuck off. Yeah, great. I see you put a sex phone number in there. No, nobody on here is fucking phoning that either. Nobody understands the gibberish that you've spoken either. Ian McAllister says Lancashire fan, clearly. Darren John UK says blocked. Yeah, quite right. This says that does not say sex. Cricket's fucking shit. Let's be real about this. It's fucking shit. I did enjoy the World Cup final against New Zealand, and the Ashes is obviously good crack. Report! What should we put it as? Unwanted commercial content or spam, pornography or sexually explicit material, child abuse, hate speech or graphic violence, harassment or bullying. Yeah, let's go honest. Unwanted commercial content or spam. Reported. Cheers. A lifeline. Svensson makes no mistake with the penalty and suddenly Southampton have a lifeline. Next, back to White Hart Lane for some late news. Gary Shepherd likes cricket. Good. I don't really like anything other than football. How many likes this video got? Is that it? I've just seen that. That's just not fucking levelling out with my expectations of what I've seen lately, which probably means I'm going to be in a disciplinary with Suj if it's on anything less than 100. Goal at White Hart Lane for Sergei Rebrov. Stefan Everson has the assist. 3 minutes to go. Can Spurs get a leveller? Tottenham 2, Leeds 3. Rebrov the scorer. Everson with the assist. Yeah, likes, guys. Where's the likes? Get that cricket guy to pop me a fucking like and stuff. Bad times, man. Scala, you phone that phone number, mate. You crack on. You do it while you ain't online to me, mate. No links to me or any shit like that. Gary Shepherd, T20 is great crack. Yeah, for about the final over or something. With other sports, I'm one of them glory hunters. Like, I like watching England in the Rugby World Cup. I don't give a fuck otherwise. Really. Six Nations. Yeah, Six Nations. Great. Same teams every year. Could we see some more scenes involving Tottenham? Redbroth gets them back within a goal of an unlikely point as he lashes onto Everson's knockdown and finishes neatly. It's obviously, in terms of league table, quite an important one because Leeds will certainly stretch an advantage over Tottenham should they hold on. So an equaliser from Spurs will get celebrated here if it comes. Ash has Van Nistelrooy, Viduka, Redbroth. He's hit the treble up there on the forward, boys. Near confirms, obviously, with Ian Hart booking. Ian Hart now on a 0-pointer, unless he's on bonus, which you wouldn't expect, I'm afraid. Niz Godfrey says Everson should be in the squad. He was fucking toilet, but yeah, in this he probably should play. Rodri Price says rogue disliker. Are you the rogue disliker, mate? You're good. I can live with it. Come on, we ain't ending the stream with less than 100 likes, are we? Let's be honest about it, guys. Woodwork has been hit at Portman Road. They've almost done it again. Leicester have come on really strong in the closing stages. Matthew Jones swings in a fine cross and Scowcroft's eyes light up. He beats Horizon in the air, but the header crashes off the bar. We are in injury time. Clock is at 90. Game's still ongoing, but we are now in injury time. Blackburn, Everton, Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United, Middlesbrough, all holding on to potential clean sheets. I think with that in mind and Viduka and Van Nistelrooy's returns, actually, this could be quite a high-scoring game week. Gary Shepherd says, bring Harry in, Spurs will score. Nah, I'm saving him for game week 33, mate. If you don't know if we're playing, go and check the fixtures. Billy Hadaway brought Hart in and this will be second 0-pointer. Useless. Hey, Billy, welcome to my world. But we're in a good position having him, trust me. Pete Squires, Everson was decent, James. Stop it, mate, please. He was fucking wank, mate. It was so rubbish, mate. Not having it, mate. Pet Talk, Hart should get bonus for Tarico having the pen turned down at Ipswich. Yeah, I'm game for that as well. Annie N says, good morning, James. Good morning, Annie. Where are you? FPL captains turned them red. They are finished. Full times confirmed. Save points and bonus will come in just a moment or so. It's finished. Villa 1, Charlton 1, Boateng and Jason Newell the goal scorers. Blackburn have won away and kept a clean sheet at Bolton. Matt Jansen the goal scorer. It's finished goalless between Everton and Arsenal. Liverpool have held on to that clean sheet at Fulham. Goals from Steven Gerrard and Yari Littmanen. A goal from Jerry Ferry. Couldn't remember them. Cancelled out the early Ipswich goal from Matt Holland. United beaten Derby 3-0. Middlesbrough beat West Ham 3-0. Newcastle and Chelsea finished 2-2 in that big battle at the bottom. Sunderland won 2-1 at Southampton. Leeds won 3-2 at Tottenham. If you wonder why I started going quite quickly on that, it's because the bonus points are already incoming. If you join late, check right at the bottom on the old Vidi printer ticker. You'll see all the scorers and assisters and red carders and penalty misses from today's games, although I think there was none of them. Top bonus at Villa Park between Aston Villa and Charlton goes to Lee Hendry. There are 2 bonus points for Olaf Melberg, Gareth Barry, George Boateng, Dean Kiley and Sean Bartlett. 1 save point each for Kiley and Schmeichel. That's a 5-pointer for Dean Kiley, I believe, in the Charlton goal. Rob, feedback, mate. I like the way the tweets were done before with the bonus points. Just saying, hashtag. Love you though, mate. You've done very well today, pal. Well done. 2 bookings in the game for Villa captain Dion Dublin and Charlton's Mark Fish. Villa's changes were both on 52 minutes with Delaney and Cash Law replacing Alan Wright and Paul Merson. Charlton had replaced Gary McAllister with Graham Stewart on 59. There was also an appearance for John Solarco replacing Jason Wilcox on 58. McAllister and Wilcox both with 5 out of 10 ratings for Charlton. Lee Hendry's man of the match rating for Villa was a 9 out of 10.
Off to the Reebok. Top bonus goes to Craig Hignett. Finally, Blackburn's away strategy paid off. Get in front and keep it tight, says the official account. Craig Hignett with top bonus for Blackburn. 2 bonus points for Colin Cooper, Djibril Diawara, John Curtis, Henningberg, David Wetherill, 2 guy, Jason McAteer. 1 save point each for both keepers, Yaskaline and Kelly. 3 Blackburn players were booked in the match, Wetherill, 2 guy, and Matt Jansen. Jansen was replaced with 2 minutes to go by Corrado Grabby. I know someone was waiting on that. Corrado Grabby came on for Matt Jansen with 2 minutes to go. That was Blackburn's only change. Bolton obviously replaced the injured Rod Wallace with Paul Warhurst on 35 minutes. And Jermaine Johnson replaced Nicky Southall with 2 minutes to go. Off to Goodison Park. Top bonus, as I suspected, goes to Everton's Steve Simonson. There are 2 bonus points for David Weir, Thomas Redzinski, Thierry Henry, and some other fucking prick who plays centre-half for Arsenal, who I refuse to say his name. Steve Simonson also got 2 save point bonus. So it's actually a 11 pointer for Simonson in the Everton goal against Arsenal. Naismith, Stubbs and Ashley Cole, the 3 players booked in the match. Everton's sole change was Kevin Campbell for Joe Maxmore on 52 minutes. Arsenal, as we knew, had replaced Carnu with Dennis Bergkamp on 56 minutes. Oleg Luzny had his clean sheet locked in before he was replaced by Martin Keown on 65 minutes. That Judas prick, I reckon that's the first time he's picked up bonus all fucking season, by the way. Ooh, my goodness, there's a big shocker in the bonus at Craven Cottage. I'm going to laugh my tits off at this one. Top bonus at Craven Cottage goes to Igor Biscan. About you've only got the forward line, James. Sucker. Top bonus for substitute Igor Biscan. The fucking state of that. There were 2 bonus points for Melville, Dudek, Lipmanen and Berger. 1 save point bonus for Jesse Dudek. Fucking love that. Sammy Hippier was the sole booking in the match. Hippier's rating was actually a 6 out of 10. Fulham's changes were Malbronk for the injured Legwinski on 50. Lewis Sahart did replace Steve Marley on 73. Kevin Betsy replaced Stolzers on 79. And as we know, Biscan and Fowler replaced Murphy and Heskey on 60. I think on the commentary it said that they just made it, but that might need double checking actually. At Portman Road, top bonus goes to Jerry Taggart. And there is a shit load of bonus in the Ipswich game. Sereni, 2 points. Also 2 points for Tariko, Clapham, Horiderson, Alan Armstrong, Matt Holland, Ian Walker, Matt Elliott, Dennis Wise and James Scowcroft. 1 save point each for Sereni and Ian Walker. So I think it's a 5-pointer in goal for Ipswich's Matteo Sereni. Obviously a 4-pointer for Horiderson and Tariko. 2-pointer for Bramble. No bookings in that match. Jim Magilton had replaced Thomas Gardso on 61. So Gardso, he's got next to no ownership, but would have had a clean sheet locked, I believe. John McGrew replaced Tommy Miller also just after the hour. Ipswich's final change was Pablo for Fanidi with around about 17 minutes to go. Leicester had replaced Frank Sinclair with Gary Rowett on 56. They replaced Joby McAnoff with Trevor Benjamin on 64. And there was a late appearance from Matthew Jones replacing Dean Sturridge. Taggart's man of match rating was an 8 out of 10. Top bonus at Old Trafford. If you were following the commentary, you probably could have guessed. Goes to Ryan Giggs. 2 points. Not for Ruud van Nistelrooy, for Luke Chadwick. There was 1 bonus point for Fabian Barthez, Phil Neville, Ronnie Johnson, Juan Sebastian Veron, Andy Cole, and Mark Poom and Ruud van Nistelrooy. Just a 1 for Van Nistelrooy though. Interestingly, 1 save point bonus for Fabian Barthez, not for the first time recently, and 2 save point bonus for Mark Poom. The only booking in the game was Paul Scholes. Ryan Giggs' man of match rating was a 10 out of 10. Chadwick 9 out of 10. All the 1 point bonuses on 8 out of 10. Daryl Powell had a 5 out of 10 rating for Derby. Manchester United made no substitutions in the match. Derby replaced on the hour or before Seth Johnson, Morris and Malcolm Christie, replaced by Kinclarty, Strooper and Higginbottom. Top bonus at the Riverside, I think unsurprisingly, has gone to Hamilton Rickard, scorer of 2 goals, 10 out of 10 rating. Top bonus for him. There are 2 bonus points for Gianluca Festa, Ugo Egiog, Jonathan Greening and Flash Dean Gordon. 1 save point bonus for Shaka Hislop. Only booking in the match was for Joe Cole, who was also replaced on 66 minutes by Jermaine Genius. Middlesbrough's sole change we knew about was Noel Whelan for Boxic on 55 minutes. Top bonus at St James's Park goes to Christian Basadas. 3 points for him, 2 bonus points expectedly for Gianfranco Zola. And there are also 2 bonus points for Carlo Cudicini and Newcastle's substitute goalkeeper Jimmy Walker, which is especially interesting because he hasn't got any save bonus, Jimmy Walker. Neither has Shay Given. There are 2 for Carlo Cudicini. All those in the bonus on 9 out of 10 ratings. Given was taken off at half time, 5 out of 10 rating. Sapunsis also a 5 out of 10 rating. Newcastle subs were, as just discussed, Walker for Shay Given at half time. Craig Bellamy replaced Sapunsis with 20 minutes to go. Chelsea replaced Budavine Zenden with Jesper Gronkier on 54 minutes. Mario Stanic replaced Frank Lampard with 7 minutes to go. There were 3 Chelsea players booked: Babiaro, Carboni and substitute Gronkier. Off to St Mary's. Top bonus goes to Stefan Schwartz, assist for both Sunderland's goals. There were 2 bonus points for Klaus Lundikvarm, Tahar, Gavin Ray, Emerson Tome, Gavin McCann, Thomas Sorensen, another sub-keeper, Gerald Sibon and Kevin Phillips. Sorensen also has 3 save point bonus. So it sounds like Southampton had a real go here. Obviously Neil Sullivan was replaced by Sorensen on 3 minutes. He's essentially played the whole game. But yeah, that's a 7-pointer for Sunderland sub-keeper Thomas Sorensen. There's also 1 save point for Neil Moss, who came into the Southampton team today. No bookings in that game. Anders Svensson replaced Matt Oakley on 59 minutes and obviously scored Southampton's penalty. Scott McDonald came on for Marion Pahars on 66 and he won that penalty that was converted by Svensson. Sunderland made no changes, bar that Sorensen for the injured Neil Sullivan on 3 minutes. Schwartz's man of match rating was a 9 out of 10. And finally to White Hart Lane. Well, there's a shocker in here. Top bonus goes to Mark Viduka. 2 bonus points to Robbie Keane and Eric Bakker. 1 save point bonus for Nigel Martin. And the shocker is that Shawan Jalal has 2 save point bonus despite rating in the game 4 out of 10. It sounds like Leeds could have had a fuck ton here. And actually, Viduka owners, on reflection of that, may feel a little disappointed. Not that I think you can be captaining a player that scores twice and hits top bonus. Only booking in the match was for Ian Hart, as we knew, so 0-pointer for Hart. Spurs' changes were Everson for Sheringham on 52 and Ben Fasher for Ledley King on 70. Leeds had replaced Jonathan Woodgate with Lucas Radaby on 58 and Harpal Singh replaced Olivia Decore on 65. Viduka's man of match rating was 9 out of 10. Keane and Bakker also in the bonus, also 9 out of 10s. The top 2 extend their lead further. Only 4 fixtures in game week 22. Middlesbrough amongst those who will watch on. A win for Manchester United would extend their lead over Borough to 4 points. But currently, United lead Borough by a point with a game in hand. They are 11 points ahead of Arsenal, with Arsenal having a game in hand. Obviously this week United home to Ipswich, Arsenal away to Liverpool. You think a big couple of weeks for Arsenal if they are to harbour any ambitions of staying in the title race. Liverpool up to 5th with that win at Fulham, and Blackburn up to 6th. Charlton back in the top half, 10th. At the bottom of the table, Newcastle remain in 18th, 22 points. They trail Fulham and Chelsea by 2 points, and Derby County by 3 points. West Ham remain 9 points from safety. Southampton 8 points from safety. Southampton and West Ham have now conceded 94 goals between them this season. That's it. Thanks very much, guys. Just remember a couple of things. As the fantasy account has tweeted, and I'll just read these out. Next up, FA Cup third round action. We'll be sharing results of that on tomorrow night's stream. Remember, if the replays are needed, it can affect double game week 23. The Scout will also have a team leak for you very soon, and I suspect this one's will be tasty. Fuck me, there's only 4 games. There's only 8 teams we can get a leak from. I wonder, Van Nistelrooy, could we find something out? Or Viduka? Wait and see tomorrow. Follow CM Scout FPL. And finally say thank you for spending your game week 21 with us. We will be back on, and remember importantly, Tuesday. We return on Tuesday. Get those teams locked in, and don't forget to change the day for 1 week only. Although, as you will know, if Spurs are playing on Wednesdays in future game weeks, that will get fucking changed as well. Get those teams locked in. Don't forget, 1 week only. We are changing to Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your New Year's Day. Thank you very much for joining in with the chat today. It's been a pleasure. That was a very, very fun game week. Enjoy the very... What the fuck, man? Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Don't forget to join in with the guys stream 9:30 tomorrow night on Sunday. Planet FPL main podcast be back Monday. Patrons, I know there's a few of you in the chat. More shit coming for you, I promise. For the rest of you who are only interested in the chat man stuff, I will see you back here Tuesday evening. Take care. Ciao for now.